Ronan, what's up? Salute, salute. Salute, Grand Rising. Okay, so let's get into, first of all, shout out to my big mama, my master teacher. Today is her birthday, and I got to speak to her. I don't think I'll be able to get to her right now because she's getting dolled up for her day. But it's Virgo season, so shout out to her. I'm playing all her songs that she would be rocking out to back in the day, getting ready to go party at Studio 54. Yes, her and my dad would go partying at Studio 54 every now and then. So let's talk about what's going on right now really quickly. Just a few things that are happening in the celestial realms. Thank you. Okay, so we have, why is it so hot? I'm sick and tired of the heat. I'm sick of the heat. Okay, so Sunday there's going to be a total lunar eclipse happening. It's going to be a blood moon, a full moon in the sign of Pisces. Yay, Pisces. Y'all know how I love me some Pisces. Poo-poo for Cocoa Puffs. And so, yeah, the emotions are going to be felt, especially in the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Sister sign is Virgo for Pisces. So Virgo is going to be feeling this effect. We're in Virgo season right now. So, yeah, Virgos are going to be feeling this, these waves of emotion. So it's going to be visible for the continents of Australia, Asia, Africa, and Europe. So unfortunately, it will not be visible for North America. We had our due diligence last year and the year before, 2017, yeah, and last year, 2024. So, you know, we can't be greedy. We got to share with the rest of the world. Then on the 21st of this month, we're having another eclipse, but this will be a partial and it will be a solar eclipse. So lunar eclipse is the moon, has to do with the moon. And that means that the sun and the earth are orbiting, or the earth, I don't know, listen, disclaimer, I'm not an astronomer. So how it orbits and stuff, it's just meaning that the light is being eclipsed, the moon, the earth, the sun, right? And with the same thing happens with the solar eclipse. So the earth is eclipsing the sun's rays, and therefore it like casts a shadow for a few seconds, minutes towards the earth. But being that it's a partial eclipse, you won't see total darkness. When it's a total solar eclipse, the one that we had last year, you'll see like a total, it's not completely total darkness, but it casts like this total darkness out per se. And that's going to be happening in the new moon of Virgo. All right, so Pisces will be affected because that's the sister sign. And that's going to be happening on the 21st. We're not in any retrograde right now. Actually, hold on. We are in, I think Pluto's the only planet that's in retrograde right now. So right now, And I'm gonna get to that. Venus is not in retrograde and Mars is out of retrograde. We have Uranus, which is in Gemini right now, but it's going to be retrograding in Taurus in November. So right now, we don't have any planets in retrograde, which is good, except for Pluto. My bad. But Pluto gets the short end of the stick. However, Pluto is a very poignant planet, so we can't dismiss Pluto like that altogether. Cancers plus Pisces equals good vibes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I should know. My dad was a Pisces. My grandfather was a Pisces. My husband is a Pisces. My daughter is a Pisces. I'm a Cancer sun sign. So yeah. We drive each other crazy to no end, but we get each other to understand. Yeah. But the Pisces men they cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. They cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I love them dearly. All right. So what else do we have going on here? All right. So we also have Jupiter in Cancer. Some of us may not know, there's some planets that are doing some extraordinary things right now, and that might not mean anything. We hear about retrogrades, right? Like Old Head is talking about, or Godzilla, as he's going by today. And we hear mainly about retrogrades, but we don't hear when a planet is doing other things other than a retrograde, right? So right now, Jupiter is in Cancer, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It has to do with, the moving and the shaking, if you will. And it's in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is the mother, if you will, of the zodiac. It's nurture. It's also, believe it or not, even though I talk about Taurus is getting money, Capricorn is getting money, Cancers get that money too. Like, do not underestimate Cancer's ability to get money. They just don't move the way a Taurus gets it. They don't move the way a Capricorn gets it. But Capricorn is the sister sign to Cancer. So yes, they would move in a boss-like way. So Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So it's a good spot for Jupiter to be in right now. And it started June 9th, and this period will end June 30th, 2026. So those who have the sign Cancer, either whether it's in their sun sign, in their rising sign, or in their moon sign, they're going to reap the benefits of Jupiter being, happening now in the sign of Cancer. Okay, and it's considered to be a highly fortunate and supportive astrological transit. This transit brings opportunities for expanding our sense of security, nurturing our relationships and domestic spaces, i.e. your home life, right? And following your intuition, because Cancers are very intuitive. They are what you would consider the oracles of the zodiac. It's a period of emotional abundance, increased focus on home and family, and a personal growth through nurturing oneself and others. So this is the time between now and June of next year that you should be focusing on yourself, your home, and your family. This isn't the time to worry about anybody else outside of who I just mentioned. This isn't, let me help my coworkers out. You help them out in the realms of at work. This isn't, my friend is in need. I got to be there to help them. This is the time to focus on you. I'm sorry. You got shit going on. So do I. The past couple of weeks, I have been really down, not down, and I have been like ill. Like I suffer from a chronic, debilitating medical issue. And physically had to take some time to just, all I could do was just rest it out, like sleep it through. And I'm worried about trying to function for my family and my kids, and they're just like, Mom, like they had to do it for me, you know. But that's the mom in me, like, oh, you still in the, like, you know, opening up, just using my hands. My hands was jacked up, and no, you have to focus on you. You have to take care of you. So during this time, Jupiter in Cancer is, you focus on yourself. You better yourself. You better your health. Take care of your health. Take care of your family, right? And follow your intuition. So when you know and you feel like something's off, go with it. This isn't the time, again, to start thinking outside the box and taking people on face value. No, if you feel like something's off with this person, or you're just getting a weird sensation, a weird vibe from them, trust your intuition. From now until June, you're not going to be steered wrong, okay? So this is going to be bringing emotional and domestic focus, strong emphasis on family, home, and creating a sense of security. So you want to start implementing these things now so you could be secure. You should have been doing this back in June, right? But we don't know these things. We're not taught these things. So how are we going to know this? But now you have a time frame between now and June to have this, get this ball rolling with, you know, focusing on family. And you know what? It says it, if you don't follow the Bible or the Quran, okay, but it says it in these books, your family, you take care of your family first. God will reward you for that, because that is who God put you into this world with. And I know some family members we don't get along with, and you know, some of our family members are douchebags. Our parents might have been, whatever the case may be. But I'm talking about the ones that your children or whatever, you know. I'm not saying every family member you're going to get along with, but I'm talking about your core immediate family. Work on it, because right now we've been in some very peculiar times, perilous times, and the enemy wants to destroy the family unit. The enemy wants to rob, steal, and destroy the family unit, and they're going to put people into your path. They're going to put things in your pathway to destroy that. So who better, right, to do that? Right, stay hydrated. Let me put this back up here. Who better to do that than, you know, people, you know, disguised as friends, disguised as a family member, disguised as, you know, social media or whatever. So, you know, stay focused. All right. So intuition, compassion, increase in empathy. You know, if having any family issues, right? Here's where you use the empathy, not with, you know, the neighbor next down the ways where they're having. I mean, yeah, you can use empathy with these people, but what I'm saying is again, I can't stress enough. Family. You have empathy for yourself first and foremost. Okay, understanding of your emotional needs and needs of others. Honor your true self and expand your perspective. Also, home and real estate is an excellent time for home improvement, for real estate investments, or expanding your living space. Okay. Financial focus, building long-term wealth like passive income or generational wealth, right? So again, this is still focusing on you and your family. So when I say your family, I mean like, okay, whoever's living with you in your house. So if that means mom and dad is still living with you, or you're living with mom and dad, and you have your children with you and your spouse is living with you, or you're not living, or you don't have a spouse and it's just you and your children, that's what I mean. That's your nuclear, that's your core group of people that you're living with. I'm not talking about your third cousin, And, you know, grandma, if the grandma's living with you too, then that's what I'm talking about. So we want to have this building the long-term wealth, right, for our children, the passive income on top of the income that we have coming now. Because listen, let's be realistic. Things are getting a little tighter financially. It's looking a little scary out here with the way this economic situation is. For some, for others, you know, it's looking different. However, it is, everybody's got a different view of things. But what I'm saying is you want to be secure financially for whatever happens, right? So building generational wealth, having passive income, you know, whether that's also looking at doing real estate, you know, investments, stock investments, improvements, right? Again, so that's all what Jupiter in Cancer is looking like from now until June 30th of next year, 2026. Okay, so let's move on to key dates to look out for before we finish with your Jupiter. Key dates, the next key date is November 12th. Jupiter goes retrograde in Cancer. So that energy is going to kind of stand still a little bit. So retrograde just means the energy is moving backwards. It doesn't really move backwards. It just stands still while our energy is moving forward, right? So you want to try to jump on all this energy now while everything is moving and pushing through. Because once Jupiter hits that retrograde, and then it won't go direct again until March, the energy is kind of just going to be a little stagnant. It might be a little frustrating. So I would try to jump on all this transactions now, passive income, you know, making moves with real estate, you know, whatever it is, helping family members, being empathetic, all that intuition, everything that I just said, you want to try to jump on this now, right? Because come up to number, like I said, the energy is going to go direct. And the energy is usually a week before and a week after. So you only have like a window of a week before and a week after to play with this energy. And then after that, we're going to be stuck for the next like three months or so. And then it goes direct again. And then you can play around with that energy. And it goes back, you know, after, and then the next 3 months you can play again. So if you miss this opportunity between now and November, all right, you got again in March. So no big rush, but you want to jump on it while the pan is hot, right? All right, so let's go on to Uranus and Gemini, and then I'm going to go about Pluto and Aquarius, and then I'm finished with what the planetary alignments is looking like right now, and then we'll go into the readings. Okay, Wally's in the building. Salute, Wally. Okay. Yeah, I have been staying hydrated. I've been drinking my water. That's all I drink, really. I'll have my little iced tea every now and then, but it's like, and I have my little cup of tea now. But anywho, all right. So Uranus and Gemini. Okay, that started July 7th. It retrogrades back into Taurus. It has been in Taurus for like 30 years or something like that now. Again, I'm not an astronomer, so I don't really claim to know where all these planets and placements and signs have been at for a long time. I just kind of read and like just do my homework on it. And it's been sitting in Taurus for a very long time. And Taurus is a energy. It's a fixed sign. And it kind of is that energy that it's hard to budge with certain things. It takes slow to move. It can be emotional. It is good with money, but it's slow. It's like a trickle with getting things done. And so it is in the sign of Gemini, and Gemini is an air sign, so that moves faster. It looks different. Gemini has to do with communication. So talking fast, getting that shaking and moving type energy. So Uranus is associated with sudden change and upheaval, innovation, group activities, the collective, and rebellion. It's the planet of shakeups and wake-ups and breakthroughs. Last 2 times Uranus was in Gemini, and it coincided with war. One was the Civil War, 1861 to 1865, and World War II, 1941 to 1945. Now, that's not to say that there's going to be a war, because Uranus is in Gemini right now. It moves back. It goes into Taurus, retrogrades into Taurus in November. And then after that, it goes back into Gemini in April of 2026. And then it stays there until 2023. So who knows if there'll be a World War III between now and then? I don't know. But considering the history, I like to look back at history. I'm one of those people that definitely, I would say I'm a history buff, but I definitely like to look back and study history so that you know where you're going in the future. Some people don't like to do that. Some people just like, that's in the past, let's leave it in the past. Okay, no problem. But a lot of these people that like to play God, they definitely go into the past. They like to play Biff and go back to the future and then recreate. So who's to say that they won't try to recreate another world war? All right, being that Uranus is there. But it's still a good placement to, break through technology. Not that technology, there's still innovations to be had, but changes, a lot to do with technology, a lot to do with communication, because Mercury rules Gemini. So traveling, I don't know, it could be, there may be some stuff happening down the line. I don't think anything now could happen, but maybe down the line. Anyway, let's move on to Pluto and Aquarius, and then we're done. Pluto is Lord of the underground. Pluto deals with death, deals with the underworld, deals with transformation. And Pluto it started in Aquarius May 5th, and it will end in 2044. So the challenges for us is to inward, choose soul growth over comfort, and reflect on how we have evolved since his ingress into Aquarius in November of 2024. So again, we're dealing with the soul. We're going within. All right. So some of us may not, this is going to be a challenge for some of us, because some of us do not know how to deal with the man in the mirror. Some of us can only deal outwardly, and it's like kryptonite for some to deal with ourselves. And for others, we thrive in this. We know how to go within, work out the kinks, figure out how can we revamp ourselves? How can we get ourselves together? Right. So it's a good thing. Okay. And the last of Venus retrograde was in Leo. So we won't have that again. That ended this past Wednesday. So no more Venus retrograde for the rest of the year. Mercury is not until next year anyway as well. I think so. I didn't check to see Mercury, but that's pretty much it. Okay, so that's what I just wanted to talk about really quickly. Now, just a brief disclosure in regards to how I do the readings for those that are new to the channel. I read for your sun, moon, your rising, and your Venus. Why? Because you're not only just your sun sign, you're not just a Virgo, you are your moon sign, you are what planetary alignments were the day you were born, right? So whatever moon was out, whether it was a full moon that day, whether it was it could have been you could have been born on an eclipse, you could have been born on a waning or waxing. So, and then what sign was that? Okay, then your rising, again, the sign that was going over the horizon on the day you were born. And then your Venus. Venus has to do with the love department, has to do with beauty, has to do with money. Okay, so whatever sign that was in your chart. Those are key important aspects that most readers will look for when they're doing readings. And then I break it down by the elements. So I go by earth, air, water, and fire. So right now, again, I'm doing Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign, so I'll be doing the earth signs first. Then air, water, and fire, unfortunately, is last, because I go by the calendar of whose birthday is up next. So now it's September. The end of September is Libra, and then we go into Scorpio, etc., etc. Right? Okay, so I think that's that. Oh, and also these signs, they are also broken down to aspects. So you got the mutable, cardinal, and fixed signs. So mutable meaning these energies can go with the flow of things. That would be your Virgo, your Gemini, Pisces, and Sagittarius. These energies, I like to just say they flow. They just go where the energy takes them. They can be fixed in most aspects, but they also can take on a leadership role as well. Cardinal signs are the leaders of the group, and that would be Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, and Aries. And these again are the leaders. They get things done. They're the shakers and the movers, and they pave the way. And then you have the fixed signs, and the fixed signs are the signs that just kind of stay grounded, stuck, for better lack of words. They sit and they ponder on things more so, and weed it out a little bit and figure it out first before they move. They're not like the cardinal that'll just, all right, we're going to push through. And they're not like the mutable that'll be like, oh, all right, let's go. They'll just sit there and be like, okay. So those are the modalities or the aspects with the, okay. So let's go ahead and then let's press on. Is there a justice party coming? I don't know. What is going on with us? I don't know. No, we listen to Big Bank. All right, so let's go ahead on and do, we're starting off with Virgo. Again, shout out to my master teacher, my big mama. Today is her birthday. And I will also be reading for, I will also be doing the romance as well. Okay. So let's see what is the message that Virgo needs to know in their birthday season. Close your eyes. I know I'm gonna get the copyright stuff because they always do that. Because you're not supposed to be playing that music. It's my mother's birthday. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And Virgo is Pisces sign. Pisces is the sister sign to Pisces. So me and Pisces. We gotta feel that. And my mother was married to a Pisces. So you see how it all just. All right, so what does Virgo need to know for this birthday season? From the night, you got the Ace of Cups. So new beginnings in love, loving yourself, right? When we just talked about, and Michael's is a Virgo, was a Virgo. So shout out to Big Mike. So you have the Ace of Cups, and I love that for you guys on your birthday. So this is also like God ordained, something new coming to you. This could be in regards to a household. You also have the Knight of Wands in reverse, middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the Strength card here in reverse. So let's clarify what else is going on here. Okay, this also could be, you know, with dealing with the Pisces, because we got fish here as well. Again, that's your sister sign. So Virgo could be involved with a Pisces. But this is just newness is what I just keep getting. Newness, right? New foundation. You may have, yeah, you had to make the decision, maybe leaving a home or leaving a place where this has to probably do with a home life, leaving from one place to another. And it took you all the strength, or you've been waiting. Yeah, this is a relationship. You might have had to have get a divorce and start all over again. So just know that the cards are in your favor. Everything's is blessed and ordained on your side. Okay. So let's clarify a little bit. There's no doubt about it. I'm in love. I'm in love. So what is this Ace of Cups there? Okay, so you got the Nine of Wands. Yeah, Two of Cups. So there may have been a relationship situation going on here. Two of Cups, middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. A lot of water here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this has to do with a Pisces specifically, but it could be another, you know, could be a Cancer or a Scorpio. So clarifying is this Nine of Wands here. So, you know, protecting your energy, protecting yourself. This could have been a situation where you had to get out of, all right, and it was almost like a life changing situation where you had no choice but to get out of here. Just know that it's you did the right thing. You get the Hierophant again. Wow. So yeah, you had to make this decision, and again, this is God's blessing. You're going to be blessed in ways that you never thought you could be. Okay, like you're going to be, everything's going to be bigger for you. So like if you had a smaller home, like a bigger home, things are just going to be grand for you. Like, I don't know, like, you know how they say everything's big in Texas? Like you may be moving to Texas or looking into Texas or just something, because Texas is a big state, right? But just there's just this, like you are spiritually protected now. Like you did what you had to do. You made the moves. You did what you had to do as far as leaving from one situation to getting into protecting your peace, protecting yourself, right? And as I was just mentioning with this Jupiter in Cancer, it's about taking care of yourself now, right? And family, not so much about taking care of others, even though it does say that, but for you, Virgo, you have to take care of yourself. And God is, if you subscribe to God, is making sure of that. Okay. Dare to your romance. So let's see what's going on there. Because this is kind of like a situation where you had to leave a romance. Okay. So it happens, Virgo. But on the flip side of this is that with this Ace of Cups, that also brings a new romance. That also brings healing. That also brings love for self. It brings everything, wish fulfillment. It brings everything anew for you. So I keep getting all these like slogans, like go big or go home. Everything's big in Texas. Like, you know, so I don't know. Like, you may be from Texas, or you may be wanting to go to Texas, or you're looking at Texas. Like, there's something grandio opera or Grand Prix or whatever that is, Nashville. Okay, so I don't know what that is all about. That could be for one specific Virgo. Okay. All right, so let's see what's going on here in the romance. And then just, you know, get security alarms too. I feel like you may need that as well. Whoever you're moving away from, whatever the situation is also asking for you to put in security. Yeah, because we got like stalker-ish. Okay, this is fire energy here. So Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. All right. All right, so no. So at this time, no, in regards to romance. We got narcissistic. Someone is too full of themselves. All right, so I get it. I don't need to go any further. Mercury retrograde, bottom of the deck, and I saw communication while I was shuffling. All right, so now is not the time. Yeah. So this relationship is a no-go. It's over with. It's a done deal. Yeah, and it's time for healing your heart. All right. Healing from a heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship. All right. Wow. Karmic relationship. And bottom of the deck is the Phoenix. All right. So Virgo, I wish you all the luck on your birthday season. You got this. Know that you're making the move, the steps to better yourself. Take heed of what I just said in regards to this Jupiter in Cancer, because the next 6 months will be great for you to implement making a lot of big changes and getting ahead and getting away and starting anew. All right. All right. That is your message. Okay. Okay, Capricorn, let's get you up here. The goats. Capricorn is the cardinal of the earth sign. Just oh, it's Friday too. Just got paid. I didn't get paid. Y'all want to put a little donation in? That's cool. Y'all want to pass the collection bucket around. All right. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and let's see what we got cooking for you guys. The goats. Capricorns are good with like I said, getting that money. They could be a little stingy at times, soaking a Taurus with that money, but rightfully so. They earned it. They can do as they will. They can do as they will. All right, Capricorn. Ho ho ho. All right, Capricorn, you got the Hangman here, Pisces energy. Middle of the deck is the Temperance card in reverse. And bottom of the deck is the Two of Coins here. Okay. So you got the Hangman in reverse. So this is that, again, when we're talking about intuition, Jupiter and Cancer, this is water energy here, Capricorn. So trusting on your intuition, you know, you may be having some issues with doing that. And this energy that we are in with the Jupiter in Cancer with the total eclipse that is going to be in Pisces, which is happening this Sunday, which we're kind of in this energy now because it's Friday, right. We, even though we can't physically see it on this side of the earth, or the side of the hemisphere, doesn't mean that we don't feel it. Like, it's still, we still can feel this, right? So Capricorn, it's maybe getting out into the elements now and just, you know, freeing yourself. You might want to do like some hiking, or, you know, because here's two of Pentacles here, and that's you with that money. Okay. And it's like, it's not always about money. And I get it. I know that we are like, you know, money hungry at times and things of that nature, but sometimes it's just being in nature that's rewarding as well. And I feel like you need to be unclogged from the materialistic world and just get in with nature. Okay, because the Hangman has to do with intuition and spirituality as well. So let's clarify a little bit what's going on here. And being that it's in reverse, you know, you're having your intuition is spiritually clogged, if you will. Okay. So why is this Hangman here in reverse? You may also want to do, you could also need to do some stretches as well. So you could be like physically clogged, having some needing to do some stretches, calisthenics. So being out in the nature, doing maybe some light jogging, or just outside, like doing some stretches in the park. I feel like you need to have some air too. Okay. Just, you know, just for a little, you know, a couple of days. I think you need to put this in a routine though, Capricorn. Okay. Because Virgo, you know, that's your sister. That's not your sister. That's your fellow earth sign there, and you're an earth sign. So you need to, you can be a little stubborn like Taurus. So you need to come and get into that earth and be a little more grounded, because you're grounded in a way that's not earthy. You're grounded in a way that's more like materialistic, and that's not always so good. Okay, what else? Focus is in the building. Salute. Peace. Give it to me what you say. Give it to me what you say. All right. So 7 of Cups here. All right. So we got the Ace of Wands, middle of the deck here, and the bottom of the deck is the King of Cups. More water energy. No. Yeah, here's water here with this thing. So I don't know if you're like emotionally overwhelmed, and this is what you want to be out, like taking care of your health, Capricorn. But you know, I get it, but that's not always a healthy thing either. Like you gotta balance out some things here, because you see, here's the balance, but it's in reverse. You're unbalanced. You got to find some type of balance, some happy medium here, because your health is apart. If your mental is jacked up, your physical is going to get jacked up, right? It's going to get messed up. So finding a happy balance, and I feel like you need to be out in the elements, be out in that earth and the ground and by the water. If there's like a park that near you that has like a little pond or something, that's the perfect spot, you know, and doing some stretches and just walking around it. You don't even have to do so much like crazy jogging and running and hiking and all this. You could just walk around the pond a couple of times, and then boom, it clears your mind. It gets your heart pumping. Then you could go back home, and now you know your mental the intuition is kicking up, right? You're starting to get downloads, and stuff is clicking in for you. but it's doing this often. It's not like, okay, I did this one time and then I feel better. No, it's doing this consistently. All right. So what else here for your romance? Let's move on to the romance department. On the shelf. See, leave that 9 to 5 up on the shelf and then just enjoy yourself. Mike said it. Yeah. Life ain't so bad at all. All right, so what else, Capricorn? What's in the love department? Liar. Be careful of someone sneaky. Interesting. You got caution. Oh, find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. Okay. This could be somebody at work. Okay, because he's saying 9 to 5. I'm saying you would. I keep feeling like you are too involved with work. I don't know if you're having a work romance thing. Somebody, okay, there's a third party going on here. What? You having a work romance, Capricorn? Okay, so you know what? It's none of my business. We're going to keep it pushing. I don't even really want to know anymore, Capricorn. What you want to do? There ain't no rules. It's up to you. Oh, boy. All right. What else? So, yeah. Endings, new beginnings, change. We got coffin here. So, this could be coming to an end. We got outdated thinking with Cassette and Cupid here. I don't know. You got to make some decisions. Okay, Capricorn. I think that's probably what is going on. This is why your intuition is off, because you're too wrapped up with whatever's going on over there. But you need to focus on your health, okay? Because it's playing your mental, like your whole everything is off because you're focusing on something else that's not really so good for you. But who am I? I'm not a relationship guru. I don't know. Just trying to say that, with the 7 of Cups here, that has to do with options too, and delusions of grandeur, things of that nature. Just be careful, especially at work. It's just a lot of stuff going on. But get out there in the element, get out there in the open air, Capricorn, and free yourself. Okay, all right. Okay, let's move on to Taurus. One of my favorites, and not in any particular order. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. The moon is your emotion. The rising is your personality that you show out to everybody. Venus is your love. Where is Taurus at? Okay. All right, so Taurus, let's see. My Miss Sharon's a Taurus. My son is a Taurus. So yeah, I have some affinity towards Taurus. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and see what's going on for Taurus in Virgo season. Just shuffle this really quickly because Capricorn has some stuff going on over there, and I just didn't even really want to entertain all that. Like what? No, thank you. Okay. All right, so Taurus, what do we have for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What do you need to know in Virgo season? Taurus is the fixed sign, as I mentioned before, about the aspect modality. Also like a Capricorn with getting money. They're good with, they're the luckiest of the zodiac with getting money. However, it just comes to them naturally. Job interviews, jobs, lotteries, finding money. Literally, they could find money on the floor. Boom. They're that lucky. Okay, so you guys got the Five of Wands here. The Five of Wands. And middle of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles. In reverse, bottom of the deck is the King of Cups here. Okay, so water energy. Okay, so this is getting out of conflicts, okay? Because the five also has to do with change, but the Five of Wands is about conflicts with other people, as we mentioned earlier with Jupiter in Cancer. It's not dealing with others, but taking care of ourselves, taking care of our family, taking care of our home life, right? And making sure that we're doing okay for the next 6 months. And Taurus, you're not having that. You're not doing the back and forth. You're not, the conflicts. It's just not happening. It's not happening anymore. And this could be with family. It could be with friends. It could be with a father figure or, some type of authoritative male figure. It could be a boss. Okay. But you just know, like, look, I'm not doing this back and forth. Okay. So let's clarify a little bit more. What's this Five of Wands here? Let's clarify a little bit. This could be also somebody in the family fighting over a deceased paternal figure. Well, they were fighting over it, but you're not. And you're just like, you've removed yourself out of that. Okay, because, people do that. We got the swords here, the Ace of Swords right underneath that. So, trust fund. We got the Queen of Wands here. It could be a parent. I don't know. It just is, you just like, I'm removing myself from the conflicts. And good for you. Good for you. The Taurus doesn't like to have some conflicts, but they will definitely show up. And don't push a Taurus because they will definitely blank out on you. Okay? Blank out. So we got two cards showing up here. I'll take them because they kind of came out simultaneously. We could be doing in the relationship. All right. So you got the Queen of Cups here in reverse. So you have the King of Cups showing up. Now we got the Queen of Cups in reverse. And then we got the Ace of Pentacles bottom of the deck. So there's that. There's you. Now, clarifying this this Five of Wands, is the Lovers and the Three of Cups here. So this is a relationship, or this is family as well with Three of Cups here. That's friends. You are just like, listen, I don't want to be bothered with any type of conflict with a relationship or with friends or with family. You have you're removing yourself from anything that's ruffling your feathers, that's not your highest self. You are ruled by Venus as well. So if it's not making you feel loved or feel good, you don't want any parts of it. And that's good. And that's your emotional growth that you're doing, that's happening now with Jupiter in Cancer. And Cancer and Taurus also work very well together. That energy, that's water and earth. So you work well together. So yeah, you're putting the stand to look, I'm not going to be doing the arguing. I'm not going to be doing the back and forth. I don't care if it's, a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, even if it's a spouse. You just I know when to choose and pick my battles. I'm going to I'm just gonna let them keep saying whatever, and I'm just like, because you know when to say something and when not to say something. And here we have the Ace of Pentacles, and that is mature, like ultimate maturity growth, right? Not only financially, but this is like the ultimate maturity. Like you are stepping up to the ultimate maturity there, if that makes sense. Like you just, you know, you might have entertained some of this BS before, but now you're just like, you know what? You're going down a different path. There's that intuition. Like you are following your intuition. You are like, you know what? I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna. Nah. And so you're moving in different directions. You're doing different things, and you're letting everybody else have the you know, you're letting them have their going at it, but you're not. 5 also has to do with change. So you're making this change. Not only is it conflict and confusion, but it's also about change. And you're making that change. Like, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Again, if it's not bringing happiness and joy to my heart, if it's not bringing it to me, I don't want any parts of it. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on in the romance department. Good for you, Taurus. Putting your foot down, putting your hooves down. Put that hoof down. Also could be bringing some financial aspects to you. Blessings. I feel like if you move yourself away, and didn't I say Taurus is they get the luck of the draw with money? So money could pop up for you guys. You know, you're moving away from I don't necessarily say negative energy, but you know, this type of I don't know, for better lack of words, we'll say negative energy that brings you to this destination of, okay, so now you moved out from this type of energy and it brings you into this positive energy where, who knows, you're destined with this windfall of money. Not saying that it just comes out of the air. I'm just saying, you know, could be at work, like just there would have been a lot of things that you tolerated where you're just like, I'm not anymore. I'm not gonna keep doing the same thing, and I'm not seeing any results out of it. So you start putting in, you know, your 2 weeks notice, putting in your resume for other places, and then boom, come springtime, there's an opportunity to get a better paying job, a higher position. Okay. All right. This could be, you know, coming around April, May, around your birthday. All right, what's in the romance department? Okay, so oops, you got pregnancy here. Someone is expecting. Okay. Okay, we got narcissist. Someone is too full of themselves. And then bottom of the deck is give it time. Everything in divine time. In divine timing, let things flow. Interesting. Confession. Someone has something to tell you, and then manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want. If this is a female Taurus, then this is expect a pregnancy coming in. Okay. It could be an unexpected pregnancy. However, I'm getting more so of like the in vitro fertilization type thing, which is, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying there's a different avenue of way of doing it. Okay, what else? Let's clarify this pregnancy. Because this is somebody that is like wish fulfillment. Somebody who's been wanting to, or a woman who's been wanting to get pregnant. The Empress in the tarot card is also ruled by Venus. So, and she's pregnant in the card. So yeah, this is someone who she's been wanting to get pregnant. Or if it's a male Taurus, he's been, you know, with his partner, and he's been wanting her to they've been wanting to have children. You know, it's gonna happen. If not, then that's not your story. Please don't make it fit. Okay, what else? We're jamming out because it's my mother's birthday. I'm partying for her. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. Okay, so we got the girl with the snake. So I don't know. Somebody might be careful for it. Because we got narcissist again. Somebody might try to trick you up. All right, you got kisses here. Middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is stabbed in the back. Okay. Shocking. Deception. Somebody might try to deceive you, Taurus. I don't know. Be very careful. They may try to trip you up into getting pregnant. Okay. You know, you may not be with this person. You know, you may have removed yourself from them. And just be careful. Because you come back and then boom. Okay. So, because here we got, I saw narcissist in the middle of the deck too. Okay. But if that's not the case, that's not your case, then it's just somebody, wanting to. It's just the female wanting to get pregnant, and it's finally happening with. I feel more like in decarborization type thing. Okay. But Taurus, I also get that you guys are just really like getting mature, emotionally mature now, and you're seeing seeing people for who they are, seeing things for what it is, and choosing and picking your battles. And that's not always easy. Sometimes we can't help but engage in stupidity sometimes, but now it's just like, you know what, nah. So I'm here for it. I'm a Taurus moon, so I get it. All right, so that is your message, guys. That is your message. All right. Okay, so let's get all the signs, all of the earth signs. Message for all signs, for all the earth signs. Okay, wisdom oracle for all signs. Okay. Okay, so we got new life here. Ooh, I think who's getting that new life? Virgo. So we got 39 breaking down to 12. Bottom of the deck is not for you. And middle of the deck and bottom of the deck is all that glitters. Be careful, Taurus. Remember, I just said, somebody could be trying to trick you up. All right, so you got new life here, vitality, Capricorn, getting out in the elements and doing your stretches, feeling good, making yourself be disciplined to feel good. And I know it's going to be hard for some of us because it's like, and the weather, as the weather gets a little cooler, you're like, nah, I don't want to be outside in the cold. But you have to take care of your body. And again, the mind and the body work hand in hand. So getting out there and being in that element is going to be bringing that new vitality to you. All that glitters, again, Taurus. All I can say is just really be mindful, be on the lookout for anybody trying to coerce you, take you off your path, because you are on a different level now. You are operating differently from other people. And whenever you move differently, the people that you've always been around, for some reason, they don't like that. And they want you to still stay the same. They'll try to bring you back down. It's like some people don't like to see other people elevate, and they like to just keep you still staying in that same environment. And it's like, no, you can't thrive that way. You can't thrive, right? So this is like a plant, a flower. You can't thrive if you're not being watered, if you're not being fed, if you're not being planted in the right, environment, right? So you can't thrive. So just take heed to that, earth signs, new life. All right. Okay. So hold on a second. Let me change. Okay. So we're going on to air signs, and the first up is Libra. One of my other favorite signs. And not in any specific order. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And Libra is the cardinal of the air signs. I ain't gonna throw Libra under the bus today. I'll be nice. Just like I ain't gonna throw Pisces under the bus. All right. Let's see what's cooking for Libra and Virgo season. You might hear the kids screaming. Everybody's back to school now. All right, so you got the Chariot, Cancer energy in reverse. Hold on a second. Let me just close this one. Let's go. Okay. All right, so you got the Chariot here, Cancer energy in reverse, the Cups, middle of the deck in reverse, Three of Cups, and then you got the Nine of Coins, bottom of the deck. All right, show but the Chariot has to do with, it could be dealing with the vehicle, but it also has to do with movement or traveling or leaving from one place, well, that's traveling, leaving from one place to another. And so, Libra, you may be having, with the Nine of Coins here, there may be issues in regards to like finances. I call the Nine of Pentacles my Sasha Fierce, because this is somebody, or this is, it usually is a woman, but this is a card that is, or energy that is self-sufficient, sophisticated, doesn't want for anything, doesn't need for anything. They are self-contained. They have everything that they need. So you may be having some struggles with that at the moment, Libra. Or you're trying to move away from somebody. Somebody might be a little controlling, and you're trying to move away from that. Okay. The Chariot is Cancer energy, so that, you know, that's motherly, nurturing. You could be wanting to like leave from maybe your home or your homeland to a place of your own, or yeah, I'm going to clarify, because we got the Justice card, and that's also Libra energy right there. It could be some financial tie, something to do, something financial. That's what I know for sure. So we're just going to clarify, because it might be something financial that's holding you up. Yeah, we got the Queen of Pentacles showing up. So if this is a female Libra, you're in a good spot. Like you don't want for anything, you don't need anything, like you are financially secure. It's almost like people are like, oh well, like, don't you need a man? Don't you want a man to take care of you? And it's like, no, what for? Like, I got everything. And you know what, I hate when people, and it's not being a feminist in that regards, or being monogamous, whatever. But there's nothing wrong with a woman being independently financially stable. Just like there's nothing wrong with a man being independently financially stable, right? But it also doesn't hurt for, if it works for a man and a woman to be financially stable together. This thing of, well, don't you need a man to take care of you? Like, for what? My grandmother, when she got married to my grandfather, she was living with her in-laws at the time, and he had like 3 sisters. 2 of the sisters had made a comment to my grandmother one day, and the sisters didn't work at the time, and my grandmother was either looking for work or going back to work. And they said, well, what do you need to go to work for? Like, your husband buy you your pantyhose. And she was like, why do I need him to buy my pantyhose? She was like, when I could buy them myself. So yeah, like, she doesn't, like, she can get her stuff. So Libra, what I'm saying is that it's okay to be independently sufficient. Society has us warped, you know, and there's 2 different societies going on here, and it's, however, it's whatever. But it's okay for you to be financially independent. Now, if this is a male Libra, you may be this, and this is where I feel like that there might be this conflict of interest, because there may be a female Libra that is, and here's the thing also, if two people are in the household and one may not be financially up at the moment, it's okay, because you both are working together. People are like, oh, it's 50-50. No, it's not. Because sometimes it's going to be, 20-70 or whatever. Like, it's not always going to be this even, right? So you could be dealing with somebody who is making more money than you, or has money. Yeah, it's just making more money than you at the moment. And so you may be feeling a certain kind of way, or I don't know, like I feel like, what is this what is this Chariot here? Hold on, let's just clarify, what is this Chariot? Because I feel like you may be trying to get away from this. Like, why would you try to leave somebody who got money? Like, blessings. The Star card here. Yeah, see this Queen of Pentacles. You can't get away from this person. Queen of Pentacles, and then the Hierophant here. Or the Hermit, excuse me. Bottom of the deck. So these are two major arcana there. Okay, the Star card, Aquarius energy. So okay. Okay, so Libra, I think you are just needing to get away for your own journey and get on your own good foot. You may be needing to do your spiritual journey too. I feel like somebody in like one of the earth signs, maybe Capricorn, something like that, got one of these type of journeys as well as Taurus. Because you got the Hermit here, the Eight of Cups, the Devil card, the Strength card. So you may be thinking and not knowing in the direction of where to go to get some type of either financial help or spiritual help or mental help. Like there's a lot going on, Libra. I don't know what's going on with you. Like maybe that's what it is. You're just confused. Like the energy is very confusing. Like, what is going on? Yeah, I just feel like you just need to leave. It may not be a person per se, but or you just need to leave where you're at, or journey, take a trip, maybe one of those like healing trips, which I'd be careful with, because people get deleted out of those type of trips. You got to be careful. But you may need to have some type of realignment, to have some type of mental clarity, some type of you might be going through some type of self. That's what it is. Look, Libra, I don't have all day to sit here and figure you out. What? What else? What is going on here? Yeah, you just may need to just have some time to I don't know. There's something with like money and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you feel like because you don't have a lot of money that there's like this self worthlessness or it plays with your psyche, like you doubt yourself. All right. You just probably need to one get out of your head because you are a Libra, you're always in your head, right? You guys are airheads like Aquarius, like Gemini. And maybe take a little break, maybe take a little vacation somewhere to kind of just somewhere that has water. Again, the water is a healing element, okay? Water is a healing element. But let's go on to the love department. Because I got the Nine of Pentacles again, so that's showing a lot there. All right, so what's going on in the love department? Okay, so see, intuition. The red flags you ignore will come back to bite you later. Yep. Open up your heart. It will help you achieve more love. And bottom of the deck is the earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We're in Virgo season right now. So, and earth, I need to be out in them elements. Okay. Intuition, this is about you. This isn't about anybody else. You could be feeling lack of self, doubting yourself. That's intuition is not, this is that start part also that has to do with intuition. You may be feeling lack of self because there's something blocking it. And it might be because you feel like, oh, I don't have enough money. I don't have whatever. Whatever it is you feel lack of, it's playing into your psyche. And it's messing up your intuition. Okay, what else? Talking. Interested. Conversing more. Text, call, hovering. Okay. So, you may have to do some pep talking to yourself. Yeah, intuition card. You see how that came out, right? And that's what it is, like the intuition. Because I'm like, what is going on? Middle of the deck, the sword and the rose. Clarity. See there. Because I'm like, yo, we got to get right. The clarity date. Meeting someone new. So you might need to, you may need somebody new once you get out there. This could be where you may be feeling having doubt of yourself because you're like, oh, I don't have enough money. But what consists of, whose standards are you looking up to? Like, are you looking at social media to equate yourself to, oh, I don't have it? Like, who are you measuring up to? Because this is the problem. The social media's got a lot of people out here looking to, right? So do not fall into this bag, Libra, where you are pressed to make an impression on somebody because you're trying to impress them and you don't have it, or you have, like, whatever. Like, just get out of your head, trust your intuition, take a little break, go on some little vacation somewhere, like near the water, by the mountains or something, by the pond. Get out there, get out of your head, and live. Okay, things will fall into place. we're in Jupiter in Cancer. It could be affecting you emotionally, right? So try to figure out something to get grounded. All right, Libra, that's your message. Whew. Okay, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sheesh. There's always one or two readings that'll be like a tough one to crack, man. Baby. Okay. All right, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This guy is really jamming. I hope I don't get copyright from him. DJ. Dynamic. Which just gets me because I'm like, we're using YouTube. Why are we getting copyright? Okay, anyway. So Aquarius, what do we have for you in Virgo season? Okie dokie. All right, so this is the Seven of Pentacles. We got the Justice card here, middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is the Temperance. Okay, so there's that healing again. That healing theme is running through. Okay, so we got the Seven of Pentacles here in reverse. And Seven of Pentacles has to do with revisiting the work that you've done so far up to now, the seeds that you planted, right? It also is an earth energy. So Virgo, we're in Virgo season, right? So Aquarius, you need to be looking at what you've done up to Virgo season. What have you done so far? Specifically internally, what have you been doing internally, emotionally, spiritually, that has been helping you, that you've been depositing into yourself? Because this is going to matter within the next 6 months as we have Jupiter in Cancer playing out as well. And collecting is what I'm getting. Collecting. It's like collecting like the Pokemon. What have you been doing to help deposit these attributes into you? So let's clarify a little bit more. What is this Seven of Coins, Seven of Pentacles? What is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse? Okay. All right, so you got the Pentacles again. You got the Eight of Pentacles now. So we had the 7, and now we moved up to the 8. Got the card here, middle of the deck. So there's that cycle, and then we have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, bottom of the deck. Romance. Some love coming in, Aquarius. Okay, my other favorite sign. So Okay. Yeah, Pentacles again. Wow, Aquarius. Sheesh. So on this Knight of Cups, you got the Three of Pentacles and then the Page of Pentacles. So you are like busy. This could be financially as well. You're like busy collecting these coins, like literally getting this money. And I ain't mad at that. That is, can you spare a little something? Because that's what you've been doing. Okay. You've been keeping your head down in the grind, getting this money. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing is that you, yes. 1 second. Right. Anyway, yeah, so this gets in the way of maybe meeting anybody because the cups here, and that's someone bringing an offer, a love offer. This is a romantic, very romantic, like truly wine and dine, someone who just pours their heart out to you. And you could be missing that because you're really like too involved in work. Here they want to bring you an offer. They want to tell you something. This could be somebody at work though. So I don't know. Like Capricorn, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Aquarius. Are you the person that Capricorn is dealing with at work? Somebody's married though, so calm down. Okay. I don't know if Capricorn told you this. Or are you married, Aquarius? You know what? Let's move because now I figured it out. Never mind. Keep getting the money, Aquarius. Do what you do because, I know word on the street is with you, Aquarius. So anyway, let's go on to the romance department. I do like the fact that you are getting this money. You are, sticking your nose to the ground. For those that are not in a relationship and not worried about a relationship, fine. For those that are like, oh, why isn't anything happening to me? Well, it's because that's what you're doing. You just focus on work, and you're not out having a good time. You're not, mingling with other people. And no, online dating is not the same thing as going to a cafe bistro or to a museum. Yes, people do those kind of things. Like this whole social media thing again is just like wonky. I'm so glad I didn't grow up in this generation. Like we actually did dates. Like, So let's see what's going on in the romance department then. They tell you Netflix and chill. No, now the movies are a little expensive, but still like movies. All right, so we got intimacy. See, sexual chemistry, reminiscing. All right, middle of the deck is let go. Make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. See, that's what I said. Somebody's coming to you. All right, give it time. Divine time. So there is somebody coming to you, Aquarius, but you have to kind of get your nose up from out of the books. All right. From out of the pentacles a little bit, and you'll see this person coming through. Hopefully it's not a work partner. I mean, it happens like that. Sheesh. Yeah, seduction. Oh my goodness. Why, Aquarius? Attraction, hooking up, third party interference. look at the setting, Aquarius. Ugh, it was in reverse. Listen, I don't, you know what? We're gonna go. We got passion here, middle of the deck, bottom of the boat. Receiving what you need, moving on, closure issues. Listen, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you are messing with the Capricorn. I don't know, Aquarius. Not a good thing. But for anybody that's, single, like single, somebody's gonna come. Somebody's coming along. So, Gemini. Let's move on to Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Because what? I think Aquarius and Capricorn. Some work affair stuff also. Ultra's in the building. Salute. Red is in the building. Salute. Red. Do not confirm nor deny that reading, but that was a weird, off the wall reading. Because what? Reading for Capricorn, I'm like, Capricorn is messing around with somebody at work. And then I'm looking at Aquarius' reading, and I'm like, Aquarius, is this you? Thank you. I'll let her know. Right? We used to be like, we'll make plans and we'll go out. I'll just say I miss life before cell phones. We lived outside. Yeah, we had a good time. We were creative. We were inventive. I wished I lived during. We didn't have drive here in New York City. Maybe like in the other boroughs, but like in the Bronx, we didn't have drive-through. There was like one place that they did, but I wasn't near it. And but I would have loved to like go through like a movie theater or something like that. Just like real cool stuff. Okay. Eesh. I'm a little off. And yes, and Pluto is still in Aquarius, so that's the thing that's got me. Plus the eclipse in Pisces. So I'm all like full moon. I'm definitely feeling it. This generation is so frustrating. How would they even? I don't know. I don't know. I feel sorry for them. I really do. No, I don't envy them. Okay, so where we at? Gemini, crazy old Gemini. Let's get you up out of here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Gemini is the mutable of the air signs. They're the twin of the zodiac. I don't know, the cuckoos of the zodiac of the air signs, I would say. All right, so we have middle of the deck is the Five of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, in reverse. All right, the Three of Cups here. Water energy. Okay. So here is more of this threesomes. All right, in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune here. Could be dealing with friends naturally, but it could also be dealing with threesome in a relationship. Okay, what's underneath that? The Six of Wands. Let's clarify what's going on here, though. Because Gemini, you could be invited to go out, or I don't know. This Gemini. If this is a female Gemini, you're doing like some witch magic rather. Excuse me. Okay, that's fine. You'll be invited to go out to do this on Sunday. I guess if you need a confirmation, if you're invited or to go, then yes. But there's also some type of celebration aside from that. There's like could be a party or there's some type of or a birthday, somebody's birthday coming up. But I feel like you don't want to go, Gemini. You know what? I feel like some are really taking heed to this Jupiter in Cancer, where we're just like, you know what? It's really about me and my family, like my immediate family. Like I just said, if it's not me and my children or whoever's like in my house, my core, I don't really want to be bothered. And you know, and the Three of Cups is really like a friend type energy. And so being that it's in reverse, it's like, I don't really want to be involved and partying and hanging out this particular time. You know, that's energy, you know, the moon is in Pisces, it's going to be in Pisces on Sunday. So, you know, they may be invited to go out over the weekend. And you're just like, nah. Let's clarify what's this Three of Cups. Okay. Two of Pentacles. This is a decision that maybe at the Ten of Wands here in reverse. The bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. You want to break somebody's heart? I don't know. There's a decision here that needs to be made, or you're making the decision. You're just like, I don't really want to be bothered. Pentacles are that energy as well. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But what's weird is that you got the Two of Pentacles and then the Three of Swords here. So it's like, this is like a breakup, a heartbreak. So it's like, and then it's like you have this happy look, like you're like, oh, I don't really care if I hurt somebody's feelings. Like, I don't care if I hurt somebody's feelings. I'm not going to this party. Okay, Gemini, I got you. I get it. Self-preservation. That's the name of the game for the next 6 months. Self-preservation. We can't worry about other people's feelings. We got to worry about ourselves. That's the problem. That's the problem right now that we were just talking about with the whole dating thing and just everybody's looking outside the box and they're not looking within. Like, how are you inventive? Like, what do you do for fun? Like Netflix and chill, that's for like senior citizens, you know, or old married couple. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool. But like, go out and have fun, you know? But now is not the time. Now it's like, okay, we gotta self-preservate our take care of our home, take care of our finances, right? And this is the finance part as well. You know, do I go out and spend more money on drinks, spend money that I really don't have to buy more shots for these broke ass hizzies, right? Because they're going to want me to buy shots. And I'm the life of the party, Gemini. I'm the life of the party. So, but no, I don't do that. I don't want to spend my pentacles on them. So no, I'm not going. They're going to be sad or whatever. Okay, I got you. So let's move on to the romance. I heard you loud and clear, Gemini. Gotcha, loud and clear. Cycles, okay? Fate, karma, something beginning. All right, so yeah, no worries. Open up your heart, bottom of the deck. No worries. Listen, if it ends, it ends. The friendships end. If they really your friends, then they'll understand. Hey, listen, you know, you know what? And I'm tired of explaining myself. I'm not really explaining myself too much. I'm giving you a few word answers. I'm not giving you a whole, no, we're not doing that either. I don't feel like I need to give you a whole explanation either. So, fate, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, they're there. If not, new people will come around into your life, Gemini. I don't feel like you really mind. I really don't. I really feel like you don't even care. You are on self-preservation time. What else? I want to be like you when I grow up, Gemini. Can I be like you for the next 6 months, Gemini? Woo. All right, what else? Okay, we got engagement ring here too. What else? And we got the clock here. Yeah. Need time to heal. Right. Like you're just taking the time to just do you. Okay. Completion, union, partnership. We're not dealing with anybody. We're dealing with ourselves. We're taking care of ourselves. No engagement, nobody. We're not involved. We're taking care of ourselves. We're involved with ourselves. We're not entertaining any other people, guys, girls. We're just taking care of ourselves, our family members, whoever it is, our dogs, our cats. That's it. We're buying drinks for ourselves, like sipping on our wine at home, drinking our beer at home. We're doing Netflix and chilling at home. I'd rather do that than go buy and spend shots for these broke hussies. And they every time we go out, they always want me to buy. No. So, all right, Gemini. Good for you. I like it. That's you in Virgo season. All right. So that is that for the air signs. You're moving on to the water signs. Wisdom Oracle for all air signs. And then now the moment. Oh no. Jeez, I sent my mother some scratch offs for her birthday, and they're New York scratch offs. So she was like, "Well, if I get it, I gotta send it back." I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize that. Whatever. Anyway, okay. So air signs, wisdom oracle, air sign. Let me just read your letters. I was going to say, let me read your letters. Brother Panero's in the building. Salute. Yeah, I missed that too. Like, we used to write letters to each other. Like, what? We don't write letters to each other. We write, text messages are letters now, but I mean, we don't do that. Pen. No, I'm not gonna do that. Panero, I'm not gonna get you. I'm gonna just be standing out in front of your house. Stalk you. Nah. It's all you know how we do. You know how we do. Fantasy. Okay, so I got read your letters. I mean, why keep seeing read your letters? Why keep saying that? Your messages. I keep saying read your letters. All right. Okay, air signs. Let's get you your message. Shouldn't I realize? I still have letters from like two of my best friends that they wrote when we were like in high school, and I still have those. And I still have letters that my husband wrote when we were like courting. Yes, courting. I still have those. Yeah. First of all, I'm a Cancer, so I'm nostalgic. I hold on to all the sweet little nothings. But yeah, like sweet things. Okay, so air signs. You got observer here, 49 breaking down to what is that? 10, 11, 12, 13. It's breaking down to 4. Okay, so observer. Middle of the deck is co-create. And bottom of the deck is time to build. Okay. So, this fits perfectly for you guys, air signs, because you are observers. You are in your head a lot. What do they call you guys? I forgot the name of it, but you guys are very analytical, right? You're always in your head thinking. So this is the time to be observant, but also being mindful of, what's around you, who's around you, situationships, And being the observer without being the participant, right? Specifically Aquarius, being the observer without being the participant. Sometimes we like to be both and interact, but during this time, we just need to sit back and just watch everything play out and not say anything and just look and be like, oh, okay. And then you'll learn a lot from that without, inserting yourself in certain things, because then you'll learn and you'll see where you could play a part in or where you shouldn't be playing a part in, right? So, or where you'll know it's time to, right? So that's what I have for you, air sign. Okay, okay, water sign for you. Sun, moon, rising, and Venus, Scorpio. Okay. My brother OG Philly's in the building. Grand Rising. Salute. Peace. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you like he would know too, like especially like as far as like what happened with the old school dating scenes. Like we like the love letters or we would make I have those too, like the mixtapes that we would record the love songs on the cassette tapes off the radio. We would take the songs that we liked and then we would send it and give it to our boyfriend or girlfriend. I still have those tapes too. Oh my goodness. Like just I guess you would make a playlist now and send it to somebody. I guess it would be the same thing, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. Maybe I'm just a hater for this new school, this new way of things. I've become the cranky old lady. All right, Scorpio, what do we got for you guys? Because I'm like, I don't know what is going on these days. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with interacting virtually, because it's cool too. Like when Skype came out, it was cool to like talk virtually and things like that, especially like long distance or if somebody's overseas. That was cool. Now they got FaceTime. But I don't know. Like the little intimate things, like I just said, like the thought, the handwritten letters and the mixtapes, like the stuff that you would actually have to put thought into, that you have to actually like physically do and touch. Like that's what's missing in today's society, like that's what's lacking. It's very minimal. Nobody wants to do the dating thing again. Like I said, it's just we'll just Netflix and chill. We'll get some hot wings or whatever, and then hookah and get high and it's like, okay, that's cool, but like again, I'm so glad I'm so out of that scene. All right, Scorpio. So you have here the Knight of Wands in reverse. The middle of the deck is the Four of Cups in reverse and the Two of Wands in reverse. So a lot of fire energy here. Okay. For this Virgo energy, for this Virgo season. So the Knight of Wands is that passion, is it exudes sexuality, if you will. Fire energy is Sagittarius. It is Leo. It is Aries. With the Two of Wands here, that's decisions as well. Somebody could be at a distance, but I feel like there's some type of block between you and somebody else. They could be at a distance with the Six of Wands here in reverse. Or this is you at a distance, or you have blocked yourself off from other people. Are we doing this self-preservation again? I love it. Who else is just doing self-preservation? Gemini. We're just blocking people right now. That's good. I love it. Like, we can't feel sorry either. Like, we have to do this because sometimes it's needed to block people out, things out, regenerate. It's nothing personal, although some people might take it personal, like, oh, why they not talking to me? Why are they not that? And it's just like, yo, like, listen, sometimes we just gotta do what we gotta do, get in and get out, go to work, do what we have to do, and that's it. Like, sometimes we don't have time to socialize. We just have to, you know what I mean? Like, do what we have to do, and that's it. To our family, sometimes it's not time for socialization. You know what I mean? But some people don't understand, like, they can't. And then some people will take it personal. It's like, well, I don't have time to explain to you and pat you on the back and make you feel better. Like, I got my own shit going on. And I'm not going to keep explaining to you I have my own shit going on. You know what I mean? Because I've done that a couple of times. And it's like, deaf ear. It goes on one ear, the other. Now, the people that understand, they don't question it. They're like, oh, we get it. Okay. And they don't think, oh, why, what's going on? They already know. It was like, nah, okay. So Scorpio, you a fellow water sign. So you definitely, Scorpio's a fixed energy. So Scorpio can get a little feisty. Scorpio's not having it right now. So you're taking on this night. I feel like you're taking on this Knight of Wands energy, though. I don't really feel like, I don't feel like it's anybody else. I feel like you're taking on this Knight of Wands energy and you're doing this blockage. All right, what else? Me like you a lot. So, this was another one of my mother's songs too. Well, she used to play some Shalimar. What? Saturday morning. Okay, so we got the Ten of Cups here in reverse. The Three of Swords. Here we go, the Three of Swords again. All right, you got the Four of Cups here. Somebody is salty because you blocking somebody off. Oh, well. We can't please everybody. Cups could be a water sign like yourself, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. With the Three of Swords here, it's like, all right, I feel like, oh, look, and the Knight of Wands right underneath that. Five of Cups here. Somebody's really depressed. The Knight of Wands again. Listen. I mean, so do we not please ourselves and please others? What do we do here? Or should we take care of ourselves first? It's not a trick question. It's not a trick question. Right. Hermit. Whoa, Brother Smitty's in the building. Oh, snap. Salute. It's good to see you. Yeah, man. Hermit mode. Like sometimes go ghost, go hermit mode. Oh, let me just light this Palo Santo up. The Scorpio, I'm feeling tight for you. I feel tight right now. Because people don't understand this. And I feel like this was in one of your readings before. So much love between us. 11. Oh, so much love between us. I'll be the one you got running. Sorry, y'all. I'm celebrating my mama. This is one of her jams. Yeah. What a woman like you. I don't need to play around. No, my mind. All right, Scorpio. Somebody's tight. They're sad, not tight, but they're just sad in their feelings. And you're just like, okay, well, what you're even like, you're not even like, what do you want me to do about it? You're just like, okay. Let's move on, because I really, I don't really have much to say. I feel like you're just preserving some energy here. And it's fire energy. Fire and water are purifying energy. Okay, purification. So anytime we see the wands or the cups, know that there's going to be some type of purification going on here. And you got the cups and fire at the same time, it's about to get canceled out. So it's either one or the other. And Scorpio, you're choosing you, rightfully so. So what the hell? What the hell? I mean, what the hell? Scorpio, you got me tight right now. I don't know what it is. You got me feisty, not tight. You got me feisty because you're feisty. All right, Scorpio. I'm going to walk away from love. That's what you're saying, Scorpio. And it's not even like, it could be a romantic situation, but I feel like it's just like everything, anybody, anything, like I'm just preserving myself right now. Woo, sing it. Okay. Caution. Okay, so you got caution here. It says find out more information. Do not overwork yourself. Do not overwork yourself. And that's what you're doing. You're like, I'm not going to overwork myself. I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm going to just, that's day 4 now, right? See? Do you feel me, Ocho? Do you feel me? Because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling Scorpio right now. Like, I want to walk away from love. Okay. Yeah, stability, security, growth, endurance. Yeah, you are self-persevering. Okay, endurance, stability, security here. Taking care of self, healthy choices, middle of the deck, making healthy choices with self-love. I can't make this up, Scorpio. Middle of the deck. Scorpio is saying, I'm taking care of me, self-love, self-care, being happier, making healthy choices in love and life. That's why I'm saying it's not just love. It's not just the love affair. It's also with life. It's with people, work, co-workers, friends. Bottom of the deck, the dragonfly. Be lighthearted. Things coming to light. Change. Heal. You are healing. You are, I can't keep saying it enough. Self-preservation. That's all I got. That's what I got for you, Scorpio. That's what you're doing. Self-preservation, man. And whoever doesn't get it, oh well. Like you don't have time to sit there and explain. What is the word? It is an expression that's like what's meant to, I don't know, but basically like what's understood doesn't need to be said. Right? So they don't get it. They don't get it. Yo, he plays this song. David Ruffin plays this song. Mm-mm-mm. Did you? He said he blew his Paulo song though. I don't know. I guess we here we simpatico. All right, Pisces, you're up next. Now, in every particular order, Pisces is number one. All the other ones is in different orders, but Pisces is number one. Pisces will always be number one. Yes, I'm biased. Pisces got my heart. My heart. All right, Pisces, let's see what's cooking for you in your sister sign, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For you guys. My dad, who was a Pisces, married my mom, who's a Virgo. So can you imagine that one? All the love and the feelings. Until it was too much love and feelings. Okay. So Pisces, what do we have for you guys? Okie dokies. So we got the Six of Cups. Interesting. Cups in reverse. Middle of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups. All right. So you got the Six of Cups here. Water signs. You showed up in your reading in reverse. Nostalgia. You got the Ten of Cups on the deck as well. So family. Missing family. Missing friends. But specifically family. For some Pisces, you could be away from your family at this time. You may be overseas, or this could be somebody who's in the military. But there's this separation here, or you're just mentally checked out from your family, Pisces. We got the Tower underneath that. All right, so yeah, so there's this separation here. Let's clarify a little bit more. Oh, they hitting up in the 80s now. So let's see, what is the Six of Cups in reverse? The Six of Cups has to do with nostalgia, has to do with childhood. Could do with a relationship, like a childhood relationship, not a childhood relationship, like a teenage love, or something like that. But let's see what else is here for the Six of Cups. Feel like a lady. Knight of Swords. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles, middle of the deck, Page of Wands, bottom of the deck. Yeah, there could be some type of separation, Pisces. So it's separated from family, child. We got the Page of Cups, the Page of Wands, and then the King of Cups here. So there you go again. I don't know if this is like a divorce or something. As I was just talking about my family, like this is like playing out here. Or somebody in your family, Pisces, maybe going into the military. So there's like the separate. There's a young teen, maybe 18 to like 21 or 24 that could be going into the military. So they're like leaving home. So if you didn't know, this is what they're planning on doing. Yeah. Somebody's planning to leave from home. I don't know what that, how that looks to you, Pisces. But, we are, like I said, Jupiter's in Cancer right now. That is about home life. So, yeah, somebody maybe, there could be like a child or a young child, like 18, some kids in their head are like, oh, I'm an adult and I'm leaving. When they're really just a kid. They don't know what it is. But there could be that one kid that's just like, I'm leaving. So you could have that. Or you are the Pisces child that's like, oh, I'm ready to leave home, but you're not really. What else? Whoa. Got the moon here too. Okay, so there's the full moon coming up on Sunday. All right, with that lunar eclipse. So something's going to be revealed, Pisces, about this move or separation. All right, so just be on the lookout because something will be told to you. All right, there's that intuition. You may even pick up on it because Pisces, you're in tune as well. You have a good sense of intuition. Something will be revealed to you about this separation or somebody wanting to leave. All right, so let's move on to your romance, Pisces. Got to feel that beat. Okay. Ooh. All right. Ooh. Pisces, pet. Getting a new pet, giving a pet more love. Yes. All right. And what do we have here? Bottom of the deck. Huh? You all right? You don't look it. All right. So you got bottom of the deck, gold diggers. Okay. All right. So getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. So that little child who's 18 or so that thinks that they're grown and they want to leave, that this may be the Jedi mind trick. You can give them a pet if you can. If you can afford it and it's within budget, maybe giving them a pet to make them feel better, and they may be going through something. Jeez, do I have to get my baby a pet? She did ask for another cat, my little Pisces baby. But, we just got a baby for my birthday, so I don't know. But and I give my babies a lot of love, my little pet baby. So I don't know, but this could be one of the solutions, Pisces, that maybe getting a pet for your home, because that nostalgia there could also mean you had a pet when you were growing up. Maybe that made you feel better. It may make you feel better if and that's only if you can afford one, right? And if you have the room for it. Just don't go out of your means to do that just because you're feeling bad about your home life. We got gold digger here. They may want your money of being used, but I'm getting, if you can afford to have a pet, an animal. Okay, what else? A dog or a cat. Okay. Interesting. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Okay, abandonment, stabbed in the back, heartbreak, separation. Oh, okay. So this is, yeah, I get it. I get it now, Pisces. I get it. So you could, just like I just said in the beginning of this reading, Pisces, where the nostalgia. So like my father get a divorce, it dishevels your home life. You had a happy home, right, as a child, and mom and dad's there. You have your dog or your cat, or maybe a dog and a cat, right? This nostalgia, the Six of Cups there. And so now as an adult, it's kind of, you're reminiscing. We're in this Jupiter Cancer. This is talking about home life. We're also in the eclipse, which is going to be in the sign of Pisces, which is moon is Cancer, right? So all these emotions are flooding back into you, Pisces. So you may be thinking about things that are nostalgic to you, but in the childhood sector of your life, things that you remembered growing up that made you. So yeah, maybe you wanting to get a pet, right? Even if you're an adult and you're by yourself, you don't have any children, you wanting to get a pet. Think about it first before you just jump out there. Maybe this is more impulsive, maybe feel good for the moment, but a pet, especially a dog, is a big commitment. It takes a lot of work, and that's something that that you got to think thoroughly through. Just be in your emotions for. Okay, so good luck, Pisces. Air hug, because I feel you. I know what that's like. Okay. All right. I love you, Pisces. Okay, let's move on to Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cancers. They are the mother of the zodiac sign. They are ruled by the moon, so they are moody, but they're not emotional like the Pisces. But they do not hear slander from people that say Cancers are crybabies. Don't believe the hype. They're not. Don't believe the hype. Because they're not. They'll punch you in your face. They'll go sit in the room somewhere, chill out for like a couple of hours, come back and be like, oh, okay, you want something to eat? I'm ordering something. You want something? At least me. I mean, that's my. I'm sorry. I mean, not I punch you in the throat. Or okay, I'm incriminating myself now. Let me just shut up. Okay. Cancer, rising in Venus. Cancers are the cardinal of the water signs, so they're the leaders. As I stated before, they also know how to get money. Yeah, they're not the typical Capricorn, Taurus type getting money, but they definitely know how to get that bag. All right. They would be considered goats as well. They're just not talked about like that, like in the Capricorn. They are sister sign to Capricorn. So yeah, they know how to get that. They just move a little stealth-like. They're not brazen. All right, so Cancer, what do we have for you in Virgo season? Ooh. Yeah. Trying to be flying off the shelf. Okay, that's too many. Okie dokie. All right, so you got the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, you came out water sign, you showed up in your reading. What do we have here? Ten of Cups, middle of the deck. And bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands in reverse. A lot of reversal today. Interesting. Ooh, ooh. Okay. So the Nine of Cups has to do with wish fulfillment, wishful thinking. It also has to do with gluttony, like having too much in excess, right? But it's in reverse, so you may not have everything you want right now. That's fine, Cancer. That's fine, right? You work towards that. With this Three of Wands here in reverse, also, the Three of Wands is about your ships, and being that that's in reverse as well. There's some things working in the backdrop, if you will, that is will come to light in the near future, not right away, but to fruition in the near future. Okay. Maybe some decisions you need to make as well. Decisions about yourself. This is another one of those self-preservations, but not as much as like Gemini and the other ones, but wow, interesting. You got the Three of Pentacles right underneath that. Okay, so yeah, working towards goals that you want. All right, so keep working towards what it is that you want to do. All right, and this is not so much wish upon a star type energy. Yeah, the eclipse is here, and there's energy, but for you, Cancer, because I just said you guys get that bag, right? But you don't get it the way the Taurus is. You're not lucky like that with how Taurus gets it. You really, and not to say that Taurus don't grind, and not to say Capricorns don't grind, but you really have to grind, right? Like you're notorious and known for like almost being a workaholic, right? So what your wish fulfillment is, whatever it be, is because you worked hard for it. Get it? So It's not something that's it's just coming from the stars. No, this is because you worked hard for it. But in allude to all that work that you're putting in, yes, then the use is inspiring and works with you. You see how that works? It's not just let me wish upon a star. You put the work in. So now your dream. Get it? All right. Let's move forward. Let's clarify a little bit more. What is this Three of Cups here? And then after Cancer, we're going to move on to Sagittarius. Okay. Interesting how we have Three of Wands, middle of the deck. Page of Pentacles, bottom of the deck here. And clarifying this Nine of Cups is the Strength card, reverse. On the ball. Get your back up off. See? Get your back up off the wall and do your shit, Cancer. See? You got the Page of Pentacles here. You got to start off small. Work your way up. This Strength card here, you may not be feeling courageous. You may not be feeling like you have the strength to push on and persevere and do and feel like you got and feel like you have it all in you to do this, but you do. You could be a cusp Cancer as well, like where you're Leo. You could be border Cancer, Leo, right? Or what they call a cusp. But either way, you have the strength in you, Cancer, to do this. If anything, you are one of the strongest ones in the zodiac. As little as you are, you are the mightiest ones. Your strength, you are emotionally mature, emotionally strong. You can handle a lot of stuff. And this is why people come to you the most, because you can handle a lot of things. You are right? And we're going to have to deal with this in Jupiter. You are emotionally empathetic. So unfortunately, that can weigh a lot on you because you can't handle a lot of this stuff. But just know when it comes to just taking care of you, Cancer, you take care of you and you get the job done. Whatever else is happening behind the scenes or around you, let it be around you. Keep in mind this Jupiter in Cancer in sign where the fortune is going to be kicking off, right? You're planting the seeds now. You're starting. If you didn't get it done by your birthday, now is the time to start sowing in the seeds of getting stuff done financially, doing passive income, generational wealth. If you're interested in doing real estate, you want to do something in regards to your home expansion, family, taking care of your family, whatever it is, because Cancer is about family, Taurus is about family. So doing this now, between now and June of next year, is going to be the great opportunity for you. But you are going to be blessed abundantly if you put in the work, though, not just sit here and think, oh, it's going to come down because I wished upon a star. All right. So let's move on to your romance. Wow. Fully's in the building. Salute. Woke up at the right time for real. You did. Checking in from Cali. Salute. What's your sign? Are you Cancer? Because we're doing Cancer right now. We're almost done. I got fire signs left. All right, let's see what the romance is for Cancer. Cancer doesn't want to hear about that romance. It is what it is, Cancer. You know it. You know it. Yes, okay. Well, hold on. Let's find out what's going on in the romance department. Because I'm a Cancer sun sign. And I tell you, I love love, but man, I don't like romance. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I'm weird that way, but whatever. All right, Cancer. Let's see what's going on for you guys. Like, we're like, no, man, we ain't never falling in love again. No. They be like, we start talking to somebody, be like, man, now I tell you, man, we just can't. You know what I mean? He looking at the phone like, did they call? Did they call? Oh, see. Nothing not in this situation. Oh my Lord, see, Cancer. Now I don't know about Cancer men. It might be a little different for Cancer men, but Cancer women, we get a little tough. We be like, nah. Shout out to Pink Sugar. We'd be like, nah. We'll definitely hold a poker face. And then it'd be like, damn, we got bit. We got bit. And then we just be suffering for love, like, damn it. All right. Come on. What's good for Cancer? The love department. Okay. Ooh. Dare we say this, Cancer? Honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. Wow. Bottom of the deck is divorce. Really, Cancer? I don't understand. All right. So honeymoon doesn't necessarily mean marriage, right? It could be just the honeymoon. Like I just said, we could get into this honeymoon stage where we're just like, swooned and swarmed over somebody. It says here divorce, experience a breakup. So you could have broken up with somebody and then somebody new comes along, and that's where that honeymoon phase comes in. It always happens like that. You know this. And like I said, Cancers, you love love. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Good time. So yeah, you guys, you like this. Guardian underneath that, and then underneath that is water sign. So you could be dealing with another water sign, Cancer like yourself, or Scorpio or Pisces. Of course you would be dealing with a Pisces. Of course, Cancer. Let's see what else is here. So yeah, or you could meet somebody at a wedding, okay, or a honeymoon, somebody getting married, like that's like a honeymoon, like on a beach where they kind of have it like a 2-for-1, and you're invited, they invite some friends, and then you meet somebody there. Like you're not involved with anybody, but you recently got divorced or you've been divorced for a while, and you happen to meet somebody. Boom, there you go. So okay, somebody new coming in for you, Cancer. Well, all right. If you haven't, then that's what it is. We got passion, middle of the deck here in reverse. Bottom of the deck is separation. So I don't know. You could Cancer. What are you doing, Cancer? Are you fully separate? Are you fully divorced? Says experiencing a breakup. All right, we got a heart with the key here and camera. Welcoming love, but then you're reminiscing. Yeah, that sounds just like a Cancer, all in reverse. So you're confused. Listen, just focus on money, Cancer. That's where you work best. Okay. Okay. Because remember, that's what we were talking about before. We were talking about money, and then romance got in the way of things, didn't it? Didn't it? And then you got all cuckoo, and then it throws you off your game, right? So, yeah, I mean, listen, if you welcome in somebody, it's cool, but just make sure you're like. I was actually watching somebody who was doing a reading, and they were saying that Cancers, out of all the signs, still like entertain talking to their exes. And I was like, and like as friends, like they'll still like have, like they'll be friends and stuff. And I was just like, wow. So yeah, I don't know how, I mean, I don't know how true this is, Cancer, but if you really want to make a clean slate of things, then I wouldn't be reminiscing or having keys to the ex's, house and things of that nature. Like I would just cut clean of everything and move forward if you are wanting to make, a clean slate and move on with somebody. Or just, even if it's not moving on with somebody, in your mind, like, you know what, I don't want to be bothered with the past. And in order for me to move forward, I need to leave that in the past. And, that's just my little advice. But better yet, I would stick with just getting that money. You know what I mean? That works. Oh gosh, Ultra. Listen, let's just stick with money. All right, so let's go on to Sagittarius. Well, let's do the all signs for water signs. Yeah, I don't know about that one either. That fatal arrow. That's why I say y'all stick with the money. Okay. Stick with the money. Because I don't know. All right, let's get the wisdom oracle for all the water signs, and then we will move on to the fire signs. I know Wally's waiting patiently in the backdrop somewhere. The Sagittarius. All right. So what do the water signs need to know? Oh, Ultra, you said you have a lot of water in your chart. Ooh, geez, that's a lot. That's real emotional. Cancer moon, Scorpio sun. Ooh. Mm-mm-mm. I have fire. My chart is fire dominant, which is, I guess, just as bad as the opposite. Okay, so we got thinker here. All right, so intuition, which is what y'all do. Co-create, again, we see this co-create, middle of the deck, bottom of the deck is regeneration. Burning down, building back up. Okay, number 44 here, so master number here, 44. So listen, water sign, especially and maybe Cancer. Okay, that nostalgia, thinking of the past, thinking of what could have and the should haves and stuff. Listen, get out of your head, go touch some grass, as they say, and live life, right? It's going to be a little emotional right now because there are some heavy hitters in these water signs, especially, again, like I said, we have a full moon in Pisces coming up on Sunday. It's an eclipse. We have Jupiter in Cancer right now as well. So a lot of energy happening there in the water signs. And those are like playing havoc on our emotions, right? Virgo is the sister sign to Pisces. Virgo can be a little emotional as well, but it's a little more grounded because it's an earth sign. So all this thinking, overthinking, try to just get grounded, get centered with yourself, water signs. You know, 444 is a builder number, right? So again, just getting grounded, finding some crystals that can help you as well, where you can get centered and be grounded, or doing some yoga poses that can help you, or doing some chants that can help you, going on YouTube, listening to certain chants or certain frequencies that can help with grounding yourself, because the nostalgia and the thinking, going back into the past is going to really trip you up. You know, Pisces, if you go and get that dog or that cat that you can't afford just because you had that when you were like 6, is not going to be helpful. It may ideally feel good, but realistically, like, if you can't do it, you know what I mean? All right. So think before you act, water signs. That's what I have for you guys. Okay. Fire signs. Let's kick it off with you guys, and then we're done after the signs. There's always be someone. Okay. And the beat goes on. Black Indian, salute, salute. Libra's in the building. Yeah, I touched on Libra earlier. Libra was like bugging me out. Libra has like this back and forth energy where just have to feel more secure with yourself, you know, your air energy, and feeling more confident with your finances, not being dictated by how society deems what your finances are. Like, who tells you you're rich and who tells you you're broke, right? You know. So yeah, I think that might be like, I did that like an hour ago or so. So yeah, you can go back and check that out. But if you know what your moon sign is, if you know what your rising sign is, and your Venus sign, then the messages also help as well. And if you don't know, you can go to astrocafe.com, and it's a free natal chart. All you need to know is the time that you were born, the city you were born in, and it punches up for you, and it tells you, you know, the moon sign. It tells you, it gives you a whole breakdown. And, you know, I don't know all of what the different aspects of the chart mean. I just know basic stuff, but it's really interesting. So, and it makes sense, like, with certain things, like, okay, so I'm a Cancer sun, I'm a Taurus moon, I'm an Aquarius rising. Like, my chart is all over the place, but and I'm a Leo Venus. So if I hear the Cancer reading, I'm like, okay, that didn't really make sense for me. But if I listen to the Aquarius reading, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes a little more sense. And if I listen to the Leo, I'm like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. And then if I listen to the Taurus, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. You know, and then I can incorporate all the readings together, and then I can dissect which one really makes sense for me, you know, as opposed to just my sun sign. And that's only if you know it. If you don't know it, that's fine too. I mean, we generally don't know what our other signs are. But it is good to know, your chart so you have an idea. So yeah. Yeah, I don't get that. Mhm. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what's cooking for you guys. All right, so you got the Page of Wands here. And the Fool card, bottom of the deck. Aquarian energy. So we got the Page of Wands, that's fire energy, that's you showing up in your reading. And pages are about the start of something new. Could also be a messenger, somebody wanting to give you a message. This could be also like an immature kind of energy or a younger person energy. We have the Fool card here too. So this could be you just being a little not immature, but just kind of just being like lighthearted, being fun at this time, Sagittarius. Not yeah, the Eight of Coins here too. Yeah, not taking things too serious right now with the Eight of Coins in reverse. And that's fine. Because sometimes we, while some of us have to take things seriously, Sagittarius, you are at liberty where you can take things a little lightheartedly right now. Okay? You don't have to be so serious. Let's clarify a little bit more what's this Page of Wands here. Okay, what's this Page of Wands here? There could be somebody giving you a message or relaying a message back to you. There's this fire has to do with passion as well, has to do with sexuality, has to do with action. So, you could be taking action on, to doing something, or doing someone. Just be careful. Don't be foolish, Sagittarius. I call Sagittarius my little peculiar creature because they're so like unassuming and sweet and just quiet and cool, but they know how to turn up. They can turn up when they need to. So that's what I'm saying. Like you guys, you can be cool right now. Like you guys can have fun and this is for you. This is the time for you to just be cool and have fun and be foolish and friendly and free and just have a good time. What is this page? We got the Sun here and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So we got the Five of Cups here in reverse. And then the King of Cups. So water energy. All right, so this that Father energy. Okay, Leo, Six of Cups. Six of Pentacles and I feel like there's this restriction that you've been going through with the Sun card here, this discipline. The Six of Pentacles is this give and take. And with the King of Cups here in reverse, you got the Emperor underneath this. There's been a lot of the Knight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles. Sheesh. There's been a lot of restrictions for you, Sagittarius. A lot of restrictions. And this could be financial restrictions. There could have been or you could have been just really doing you just work. Like in the movie Shining where Jack Nicholson's typing and it's like Jack works all day or something about, work all day makes a dull boy or something like that. Something to that effect, right? Like you're working all the time that it just makes you a dull person. And so like now is the time to have fun. And yes, you have this money. Yes, you've been working so hard that you can afford to like let your hair down, sort of say, you know, and relax. Like, yeah, look at, even this looks like hair, even though it's raised. Like, just to have time to just let your hair hang, like just chill out, not be constrained by, you know, your supervisor or your coworkers or your job per se. Or even like at home, there could be some restrictions at home, parental figures, you know, like holding you back from doing what you want to do. You know, if you want to go out, they're like, you can't, you know, you got to make sure that you got to do this at home. You do your job at home. And you like, I did all this. Like, I took care of everything. Again, Jupiter's in Cancer, so it's going to have us making sure that we take care of home first before we go venturing out and doing anything, right? So some family, you know, we got to make sure home is taken care of first before we go dibbling out and dabbling outside. But this is, you can do this now. You can go out and have fun. You can enjoy yourself, Sagittarius. You've been doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, let's move on to your romance. Let's see what's going on in the romance. All right, so you got patience. Just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait. Interesting. We got health, middle of the deck. Health issues could arise. And then bottom of the deck is open your heart. It will help you attract more love. Sagittarius, you may need to do some cardio, okay? Being out there running around, heart healthy. Disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional. But I saw heart twice show up. So even though this says here, open your heart, you don't want to have open heart surgery. Let's clarify a little bit more here, but it says here just a few more months. So with that page of wands, like I said, that's a messenger. So somebody could be telling you, this could be a love interest coming in. They could be a fire sign like you, Sagittarius, Leo, or an Aries. Okay, it says in a couple of months. Could be. I feel like it's sooner than that, though. Let's see what else. And I feel like you being out is attracting people to you, right? Being open. Open your heart. It will help you attract more love. Like, you've been suppressed and working and just being like secluded. You've been in hermit mode for some time now, and people haven't seen you. You've been at work, or you've been at home working, and you're like surfacing now, and people haven't seen you, and so like, oh, okay, Sagittarius, where are you? Who are you? This can pique some people's interest. Yeah, we got coffee cup here, middle of the deck, not enough. Frustrated in a relationship, lack of confidence. See, this is probably another reason why you got your head to the grind, because you're probably feeling like, oh, I'm not in the dating game. I don't belong there. And it's like, you don't know that until you get up out of that workload and get up into that dating field. You got the sword and the rose here: clarity, truth, solidarity, protection, power, honor. Yes, the clarity, that's what you need. Coming up out of that work environment, you know, the constraints, and being free of just being you and having a good time. This is going to boost back your confidence. Also, we have here the coffee cup. It says here meeting and conversing, feeling uplifted, and friendship with this patient, clarifying this patient. So yeah, having this time to go out, meeting somebody, you know, starting off small, having and that's the thing, having this patience, because people want instant like romance or instant like chemistry, and it's like, for what? Don't you want to vet these people out? Don't you want to weed them out and see if it really works out? So yeah, having patience to see if they mesh with you, or you mesh with them. Yeah, having an open heart and being empathetic, but also just, you know, seeing where things go. Establishing a friendship first and foremost. That's where it's going to take you. But being free and friendly right now is what I'm getting for you, Sagittarius. Like, just being like free from these constraints of being this worker bee, this do, and just letting yourself kind of just hang a little bit. All right. Even if it's for the next, just for another couple of weeks. And then you get back to the grind and do, not to say, you know, stop working for like the next couple of weeks, but no, just not being so rigid and serious for the next, you know, week or two. And smelling the roses, literally. All right, Sagittarius, that's what I have for you guys. Okie dokie. Let's move on to Aries. The baby of the zodiac, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Okay, let me see something here. Hold on a second. Okay. Sorry. All right, so Aries. Yes. Let's move on. And then the last is Leo, my other favorite. Again, no specific order, but Leo is one of my favorites. Okay, so Aries is the cardinal of the fire signs. So again, that's the leader. They shake and move, get things done. I would have to say that Aries is good with like family. They can be emotional in that regards. What else? Probably not too much encounters with Aries like that. So we'll see what's going on for them. So what does Aries need to know in Virgo season? Okay. So we got the Eight of Cups in reverse. Well, again, a lot of reverses here. Page of Pentacles, middle of the deck in reverse, and then the Seven of Swords in reverse. All right, so you got the Eight of Cups water energy here. So this has to do with moving away from, some emotional ties, people, places, or things. The Seven of Swords has to do with like deceitfulness, sneakiness. So, it could be a person that you're like leaving behind, or people. Again, like I said, people, places, or things. But it's being that it's in reverse, you may be having a hard time with, excuse me, let me get some water. You might be having a hard time with moving away from these people or from a home. Which that's totally understandable. Because who could just run away from their home like that? Even if you were a kid, it's hard to run away. I always used to think I could try to run away from home, but I was like chicken shit. I'd pack up my little book bag and write a little note to my mother, and then I'd just be sitting on my bed, like looking around, like, where am I going? Where am I going? Nowhere. All right, so let's clarify. Oh my goodness. Clarify, what is Eight of Cups? All the music in the air, I love the love in everywhere. Okay. So you got the Three of Wands and what else? And the Five of Wands. Interesting. Two of Swords in the middle of the deck. And the Five of Swords. All right, guys. My voice is like, I don't know what the hell. What the hell? What the hell he on? Oh, yeah. So clarifying this Eight of Cups is the Three of Wands and then the Five of Wands here. Yeah, you may be looking to get away, all right? Because this Three of Wands is like looking to move, or your horizon, or you're waiting for your ships to come in. But then you got the Five of Wands here in reverse, and that has to do with like conflict, arguments, bickering, bantering, battling back and forth. That's in reverse. You got the Five of Swords underneath that, the Six of Swords underneath that. That's moving away from people, places. You got the Queen of Cups here, the Six of Wands. Wow. I feel like you might be trying to move away from home. Somebody may be trying to like leave. If this is a young person, they may be trying to leave out of their parents' house. Or if this is like a marriage, somebody's just like, you know what, we're done. There's been too much deceitfulness, sneakiness, could have been sleeping around, miss. I don't know. Okay. So, okay. So let's look into the love department. And The wands is fire energy. That's Aries. So you're showing up. So, you know, you Aries could be the one who's actually wanting to leave. Okay. And it's like you want to get out of Dodge, so far away from these people. Could be from, like you said, your home, somewhere like even another country, or just across the seas, across the water, not across the street. You want to be like it would take them a boat or something to get to you. Like they got to be that, you got to be that far away from them. You want to be away from family members. Like you don't want to be near family members. Whoa. Okay. Because you just been it's just been just too much arguing, stealing, backbiting, lying, deceitfulness. Oh, yes, it's lady night. What an, oh, what a night. Okay. All right, you don't want to talk about the romance. All right. Narcissist. Yeah. So you could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces. All right. We got love spell underneath that. All right. Someone is too full of themselves. Of course. But with narcissism, there's lying, there's deceitfulness. There is someone being full of themselves. You know, and Aries, you want no part of it. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You've had enough. Yeah, with this Eight of Cups here, this is a water sign because that's water energy. So you could be definitely dealing with a it could be a Scorpio. I could definitely see I'm not Pisces. You know what? All the water. Let's just do that. You know what? It could be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Because it says water signs right here. Okay. So what else? What's this narcissist? A lot of male energy, but this doesn't mean that it can't be a female that possesses a lot of masculine energy, right? Because we both have masculine and feminine energy in us, right? So men could carry feminine energy. That doesn't mean that they're sistified, bussified. That just means that there's a lot of emotion with them. There's a lot of nurturing and caring with them. And for women, there's just this, you know, aggressiveness, endurance. It could be a little possessiveness, but yeah, women could carry that masculine energy as well. So even though there's fire energy here and fire is masculine, there could be women, Aries, that are carrying this masculine energy. Okay, so don't just think it's only men, but there could be men, even though I'm seeing men. There's heavy masculine energy, but that could also be women as well. You got it? All right, so we got here not enough, brokenhearted, and then bottom of the deck is the moving on. Yeah, see, moving on. And then the dragonfly says here, finding out, things come to light. Yeah, so you know, you're seeing things come to light here with this dragonfly. Your intuition's kicking in, or someone told you, you know, or you just see things for what it is. Like, you just see these people or this person as, you know, chauvinistic, narcissist, a liar, a cheat, you know, argumentative, combative, and you want no parts of it anymore. They're emotional, they're emotionally immature. You don't want any parts of it. So you're, you know, trying to make your way out. And so during this Virgo season, that's what you're planning to do, is making your great escape. Okay. All right. I hear you, Aries. Good luck. All right. Okay, let's move on to Leo, the last of the fire signs. It is a fixed energy. One of my favorite. And Leo is the sun. It is ruled by the sun. So it's ego. It shines bright. It can be, because that's what the sun does. The sun doesn't dull down for nobody. It shines bright like a diamond. More than a diamond. Wally. Okay, Wally. No problem. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to Leo, the last of the signs according to the calendar and of the elements. She don't like the lady. Okay. Hold on, let me put my battery in. Charge up my computer. Hold on, y'all. Let me get the charger. But the last thing I need is to keep going and this damn thing could turned off on me. Right. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now, Leo, what do we have for you guys? She don't like the lady, and I feel like this is something. Okay, so we have the Hermit, Virgo. Woo, Virgo showed up. And middle of the deck is the Five of Swords. Reverse, bottom of the deck is 10 of Pentacles. Is that 10 of Pentacles? Yes, 10 Pentacles. Okay, so Hermit, Virgo energy here. Okay. Leo says, what are we going to do? Self-preservation. Okay, Wally, got you. Self-preservation. We got the Pentacles here. We're taking the high road. You are like, who was it? Cancer, Leo. You could be a cusp like, so you're like a Leo Cancer cusp where you're just like right at like July 22nd or something like that. Okay. Where, you know, you're focusing on the money. It's not really about relationships, although, you know, if it happens, it happens, you're for it. But it's more about going internally right now, as the Hermit wants us to go inward. tapping into intuition. Again, Jupiter is in Cancer, so we want to definitely be tapping into intuition. We want to be tapping into a family and fortune. So this is I love how, Leo, you wrapped up everything that I just said nicely in a package. I love it because you wrapped up this reading from what I just said, the beginning of this, from the beginning of the reading. Because we got the Ten of Pentacles, which is talking about the finances, which is in Jupiter and Cancer, which what we should be working on, right? Doing the passive aggressive, not passive aggressive, passive income, working on long-term wealth, working on generational wealth, possibly putting in real estate investments, doing home improvements, right? Then with the intuition and compassion, having the empathy, understanding our emotional needs, that's this. Okay. Strong emphasis on family and home. The Ten of Pentacles has to do with the family structure as well. Okay, that the Ten of Pentacles is having that strong family structure, and also I have everything that I need for my family. We are generationally wealthy. We're taken care of. My grandchildren will be all right. Right, that's the type of energy the Ten of Pentacles it has here for us. We also have the High Priestess right underneath the Ten of Pentacles here, which is Piscean energy. So again, intuition, a lot of spiritual spiritual energy, more so for Leo. And money is currency. Currency is when you hear the word current or currency, that comes from the word, or it's derived from the word moon, or rather the water, the current and the waves of the water. So, and it's a whole big thing. But anyway, that has to do with money. So it fluctuates, and your money fluctuates, and it's an ebb and flow. Your money is an ebb and flow. It goes out, right? But the fact that you've been working diligently, kind of like Cancer. I feel like you in Cancer, I feel like you might be the one insane that you've been working, and now it's like, okay, I've been doing this. Now let me get into my spiritual bag. Let me get into my intuition bag and focus inwardly as opposed to outwardly during this time. And that's good, especially now in Virgo season. And it showed up because Hermit is Virgo. So it validated what I was just saying, what you should be doing, especially in Virgo season. Let's clarify a little bit more what's the Hermit card. Yeah, and you see how he's putting his money in this jar? It's like putting your money away for a rainy day, saving your money. So, you've been doing this, or maybe you haven't been doing it, Leo, and you need to start doing it now. Now's the opportunity to be doing it. Okay. You still have between now and June of 2026 to be doing it. Okay. Look, oh my gosh, and I said the tides, the water ebbs and flows. And look, here's this water here, the currency. Did I just say that? Look at the water. See, I be doing my stuff. I just can't articulate it well sometimes. I know what the hell I'm talking about. All right. So, listen, we not listening to keep sweat, damn it. No, okay. Okay. Hermits. Let's clarify. Oh, Ace of Wands here. So there's that communication. There's that spiritual communication. We got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. My Sasha fears. And the Nine of Cups here, wish fulfillment. Didn't Cancer have that? They have the Nine of Cups too. Yeah, so you, I think, Leo, you are a cusp. You might be like July 22nd or something like that. You are Cancer and Leo cusp. I can almost guarantee it. Okay, but either way, the Eight of Wands has to do with communication. All right, but this is like spiritual communication. The angels or your spirit guides talking to you intuitively. And the wands has to do with action. It's a fire energy. So these messages are going to come to you quickly. You also have the Nine of Cups here, so that's water energy. They could come to you in a dream-like state, not necessarily like in your waking time. It could come to you in a dream-like state. Messages, whatever the messages mean, it's for whatever it is. It's for you, for your betterment. All right, you could be getting ideas of how to invest, save, how to save money, how to flip it, how to flip houses, how to put real estate, whatever it is, right? How to better manage your money, how to take care of your family better, how to cook, better food for your family, right? Anything that's going to help you and yours, right? That's what you're looking for. It has to do with abundance. It could also do with karma. But for you, Leo, this is more what I'm getting is more abundance. So you're going to be getting a lot of messages. It could be in your waking time. It could be in your sleeping time. However, what you want to do is jot messages down. So even if you're outside, like make a mental note. And then when you get home, jot it down. Try to remember. If you're sleeping and you wake up and you remember what your dream is, even if you don't remember the full dream, get like a little notebook, okay, and just jot down whatever the key things that you remember, because those are your messages. You don't have to sit there and decipher and decode the whole dream, okay, but you do need to remember what certain things are so that you can be like, oh, okay, and get back to it. It'll come to you once you start writing down these little mental notes. All right, so that's that. Let's move on to and then Nine of Cups again is like this abundance. It's you having your wish fulfillment. It's you having all the joys or luxuries, the things that you want, you have. But it can also be gluttony. All right, so be careful. Like be careful what you wish for. Then underneath that is the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, there's that money again. There's something coming towards you, but it's going to be coming slow. So yeah, if you start now, by next season, which will be Taurus, June, May, June, you will be getting the benefits. Okay, Leo. All right, let's move on to the love department for you. Ooh, luck is on your side. Wow. Yes. If there's any confirmation, man, listen, there you go. Middle of the deck is date night. Get ready to be wined and dined, Leo. That's what we're talking about. Didn't we say fashion, date night, like go out. It doesn't have to be an expensive restaurant, 4-star seafood, whatever. Like it could be a nice little Italian little restaurant, or just even, little, I don't know, a little hole in the wall that has really good food. Don't have to be a big thing. Bottom of the deck is Mercury retrograde. Electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. Right. Here's that communication. So remember, I just said this doesn't mean it's Mercury retrograde. This just means the attributes of Mercury retrograde. So communication issues, you could have car trouble. Check, if you're going on a date night, check your car to make sure that your car, the oil, gas, you don't want to have any issues or miscommunication with your date night. Or, giving excuses of why you couldn't make it on your date night. So yeah, you got luck on your side. And this is that 9 of Cups with this wish fulfillment. Everything is golden. Everything is good. You put in that work, or you're going to be putting in that work. So yeah, you get back what you put in, Leo. What else? Let's see what else is there. Yeah, and with the communication, like I said, jotting down whatever comes to your head, because that's the download that you're getting from, from spirit, from source. You want to write these little mental notes down. So, or if somebody you randomly just tells you something, and it's like, whoa, that sounds, suspicious. You write it down. Like you get home and you're like, well, that lady at the corner store just told me something that I've never, write it down. That is a divine message coming through, right? Or you hear something on TV, like everything that sounds show off centered is your message. It comes from a dream, write it down. And then you start pinning the pieces together. Because these are your ideas of what you should be doing next to move forward. Again, for the betterment of yourself. Ladybug. If you see a ladybug, also know that is your spirit or your totem animal or insect. Your spirit guide. Okay. Ooh, we got soulmates. Wow. Soul connection, a partnership, an agreement, soul contract. Interesting. We got cassette, middle of the deck. Overthinking, outdated thinking, conditioning over your playing. Middle of the deck. And then bottom of the deck is this boat again. This boat is annoying. Receiving what you need, right? Moving on, closure issues in reverse. So moving whatever, for you, Leo, that's not your issue. You don't have any issues of, here's the Grim Reaper update there. So you might have had like a past relationship, but I feel like whatever past is really in the past. I feel like you are moving into something that's going to be a fresh start, a new start. You got a soul coming in that's really being brought to you from the higher echelon, if you will. A divine connection with this 8. Okay, a soulmate connection being brought to you by, source. Your spirit guides bringing this person to you. Okay, it could be a fire sign, like yourself, or they could be a Virgo, an earth sign. All right, so that's what I have for you. Now we will get all of the fire signs, the wisdom oracle for all the fire signs. Oh my God. Huh? Today's my mama's birthday. birthday. Woohoo! She's the last of the Mohicans, man. My dad's gone. My auntie passed away in May. Her aunt. My grandma, her mom's been gone since 2018. That's good. It's just my mama. Then I'll become the matriarch. I'm kind of like the matriarch now because she's in Florida, but she's still the matriarch. Away. No. Okay. So fire signs, what do you guys see tonight? Okie dokie. Got a good shuffling. For the air signs, their wisdom oracle. Ooh. Oh, this is my mama's song too. Slow down. They playing all her songs. Okay. Ooh, I love it. So middle of the deck is to the sea. To the sea. And bottom of the deck is the never ending story. And your card, air sign, is peace. Out of all of that, it's peace. I love it. 23 breaking down to 5. That's conflict, confusion, change, chaos. But to me, this is about change. Change for peace. There we got the dove, and dove also is it brings confirmation from source of peace. It's the covenant of letting us know, even letting us know about our ancestors and the connection that they're there around. We also see this egg here. That's about fertility, and also new beginnings. So Leo, you starting a new beginning, a new journey. Aries, you too, leaving from where you're at, whether that's your home or going to a new place and getting out of the situation that you're in, moving away and starting anew. For most of you guys, though, you'll start to see things really settle in around the new year. So like March, April, May, that's when they consider the new year, not January. But know that your ancestors, that your spirit guide, your spirit team, that source, Most High, has got your back and is granting you this peace that you've been asking for, this peace that you've been wanting, this peace that you've been yearning for. It's coming towards you. All right? That is your message. Fire. So that is it. Any news? So I know we're in September, and some may be curious to know about me doing personal readings. I am leaning towards the middle of the month. I have my calendar. Hold on. Let me just do this really quickly. Okay. So, Okay, so anyway, I have to fix my calendar, my my schedule, because I had to take the calendar out when I stopped with the personal reading. I'm going to probably most likely add another day. So I think I have like Thursday and Friday. So I'll probably do Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But I'll have to. I'll see. I'll let y'all all know. And that'll be for the rest of the year. So unless there's any changes, if I have to, like, for whatever reason, stop doing the readings, like, I'll let y'all know. Like if there's any situation that comes up that I can't do a reading or whatever. But that's that. And then in January, I will be changing the prices. The price is going to go up like $5. Yeah, everything inflation. So yeah, that's going up. Not too much, but I will be just changing the prices up a little bit. But that's not going to be until January. So we got some time. But yeah, I think I will most likely will add on like another day or so for the personal reading. So I think, like right now, I believe I have Thursday and Friday. So I may do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But because I do, yeah, I'll have to figure it out. Because when I do these lives, I usually do it on a Wednesday, but I didn't do it because I wasn't feeling so good. So I wanted to just do it. Plus, and then it just worked out because it's my birthday and she's a Virgo and it's Virgo season. So it worked out that way. And that's really pretty much it as far as the notifications. But again, I will definitely keep you all posted in the community section when I'm going to, when the calendar is up and running and you guys can book your personal readings with me through the website. I still have availability. I mean, not availability. I still have my bereavement oracle decks if anybody's interested in purchasing those. Even if you wanted to just get them for somebody else, they're affirmation cards. Really, they're not like tarot cards like this. They're affirmation cards, which helps with people who are dealing with the loss of a family member or a loss of any type of grief, really. And so I have a couple of decks left, so you can purchase those on my website. Eventually, there's going to be some more decks up there as well. I'm going to be creating some other decks, but I haven't had a chance to get that done yet. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. But for right now, I still have those. I have that deck up there. And yeah, my main focus is just to get the website back up so you guys can book your readings with me. And then open up another day because there was scheduling issues that I just was like, okay. And I'm trying to work around the scheduling issues at home. But now it like varies, so I just have to make my own schedule, and everybody's gonna have to work around me, and that's that. So yeah. Lucky them. I still can't get my feet. Aw, Wally. No. You will. It will. It will happen. Listen, you still got like 6 months, man. It's 6 months. We got Jupiter and Cancer. Remember that. Jupiter and Cancer. Jupiter and Cancer. It will happen. We got to put this into the atmosphere. Yeah, so that's it as far as announcements go. I just want to thank everybody who has been rocking out with me, who has been supporting me for the past, supporting me not only financially, just being here in your presence. All right, let's get that clear. You know, you show up here, or you have donated in the past, or you booked a reading, right? That's what I mean. So I thank everybody for that. But yeah, so we're gonna go back to I'll probably do mid September. So like the middle of September, I'll open up the calendar. I can't see. I've got my line as a bat. So look for the 18th, and maybe the following week is when I'll start the 3-day. I'll see how 3 days work first. I'm not gonna go jump the gusto and do 4 days, and then I'm like swamped out and whatnot. Like I need to pace myself, because it's not it's all a mental thing, and that can burn myself out. Like it's not, it's mental muscle. So I don't want to be all like, oh yeah, I could do 4 days, and I'm booked and burnt myself out. But then I'll have to shut my calendar back down and be like, oh, I died. So I might just try the 3 days and see how that works. But again, you guys will know these things because I will put it up in the post section of the YouTube. So please be sure to check that out. Also on my Instagram, I will post there as well. I try to post. I'm not so diligent on Instagram. But I know on YouTube I need to be, because that's where it counts. So just always, check both places on Instagram, and I'll put my Instagram information here. 6 months for what? Oh, 6 months for peace, Wally. 6 months for peace. 6 months for everything to start for peace. Oh no. Wait, is that my? Let me make sure that's my right. Wally, is this my right IG? It's Wally now. Wally, is that my right IG? Okay. Like, I don't even know my own IG. Like, let me go look and see. But anyway, you guys could check that IG. But first, let me make sure that's correct. Okay, no, it's not with the. You got all good news? What's your good news? You care to share with us? I used to have, it was Foxy Moon Spiritual Alchemist, but I had changed it to match up my YouTube so everybody could find me. And so now it's just Foxy Moon premieres on here and here. Your forecast is great for Cancer. Okay, cool. Okay, so that is my IG. Okay, so again, if you are trying to see when I'm gonna go, when I'm gonna open up the calendar for the private readings, and I don't see anything on the YouTube post section, you can definitely go into the IG and see it there. But 9 times out of 10, I am going to put it on on YouTube first. Then I'll put it on IG. But it'll go simultaneously, because when I do like the weekly readings, like the short readings, I always do 2 different readings. I do a reading for IG, and I do a reading for YouTube. Don't ask me why I'm cuckoo and crazy that way. I use the same deck, but I do like 2 different readings. I don't know why. I feel like it's 2 different energies. Like IG has its own energy, and YouTube has its own energy. Do not ask me why. I'm cuckoo that way. So I always put messages or whatnot on IG. On YouTube. So that's why I said you'll know. You guys will know more or less on YouTube when I'm going to do my private readings. All right. I think that's about it. I don't got nothing else to talk about. Yeah. We shall have hope, Wally. We shall have hope and not be discouraged, even though we got the odds sometimes. You know. But we have a couple of months. We got a couple of months. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go. I don't know about doing Mindful Mondays yet. I haven't put that in the calendar, only because I don't really got much to talk about. Like I haven't talked about a lot of stuff, the stuff that I'm going to talk about is just repeating the same things I've been repeating, and I don't know. I'll figure out. This week we'll see. Yeah. We will. That's what we could do. So I don't know about doing the Mindful Mondays just yet. I gotta get my mind straight, get my mind right. Especially if I'm gonna be doing these readings. I damn sure don't think I'm gonna be doing Mindful Mondays like that. I can only focus on one thing at a time. This is too much stuff. And I need to conserve and preserve my knowledge and my energy, right? Because Jupiter in Cancer is telling me that. Yourself, keep all this in, right? So, all right, guys. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace out. Thank everybody who came in today. I appreciate that. Those I haven't seen in a minute, thank you for gracing me with your presence. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side.